Hello, everyone. Awesome. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Hey, Desk. Hey, Regals. Hey, Ducky. Yeah, so given that I was already late, I'll just let the demo thing run once. So, did a little grinding off screen, as I said I would. The important parts are everyone has their uh, age appropriate gear. But more importantly, Chrono has Lightning too, which is going to help immensely in the next area. I was like, nah, it's not a new layout. I just don't have a Chrono Trigger layout, so I'm using the Zelda one I've had for a long time. Let's go talk to Kino here. Kino, what you do? Say now. I let Kino take Chrono stuff. Why take? Kino like Isla best, but Isla like Chrono, but Kino not like. And then Isla just beats his ass. Wow, talk about strict. Kino, you know why I punish. Isla don't like Kino. No, I like Kino best. No more do bad stuff, okay? That wrong. Isla. Sorry, Isla. Sorry, Chrono. Give back stuff to Chrono. No have, Reptites take. Reptites where they go. Run into trees there. Isla go too. Kino go back to the village. Kino protect village when Isla not there. Okay, Isla. Kino is banned, so if Isla die, Kino chief then. Isla's one tough cookie. Isla chase reptiles, get back Chrono stuff. So this forest is laden with proximity triggers for combat. And unfortunately, a lot of them are really hard to avoid, so I'm probably going to be getting in a lot of combats here, and I don't really need to. Though I am kind of a little bit overpowered at this point. Normally you're supposed to hit the gold eaglets a few times and they turn into red eaglets, and then their defense falls and you can kill them, but I think I two-shot that other one. Yeah, this should go much better than last time, because I should be much stronger now. Oh yeah, that fire attack's a counter. Should be dead. I really don't even have to fight anything here if I can avoid it. So I did all the grinding in the hunting section. So a lot of the combat proximity triggers, thankfully, not all of them, but a lot of them, are based on those footprints on the ground. So like the combat trigger is stepping anywhere near the footprints. So for the most part, you may be able to avoid some of them. Do I have to cross that log? God, I'm already lost. Oh, right, it's up through the canopy. There we go. This one I don't know if I can avoid. Yeah, there we go. Down to the trees. Actually avoiding more of them than I thought I could. Up, there we go. That one's at the end of the footprints there. I think most of the hitbox actually extends across all of the footprints. There's a game is still hold up, or this is like an HD version. This is the original game, like original. This is the SNES version, not even the PS1 or the DS. Which is why everyone is very up in arms about them ever making a remake of this, is because it already looks really good. And Square is really, really bad about preserving the art when they HD sprites. Because they like to throw on what's called the butter filter, which just kind of looks like they smeared butter over the sprite and called it good. So there's another combat here. Pretty much anywhere there's a clearing, there can be a combat. I'm trying to avoid them as much as possible. 2 fights isn't bad. I think that's the best I've ever done, actually. Alright. This is the next dungeon. So this dungeon isn't too long if you don't go for all the items available. And it has a unique mechanic with these weevils here, where if you wait long enough, they'll start digging into the ground, and they'll make new holes you can go down that'll access different parts of the dungeon. Like that. Unfortunately, it's somewhat RNG where they choose to dig, and that hole will just go to the same place the other hole did. I'm hoping one of the ones over here does it. Speed! That'll work. Alright. Let's use this one. Nope, still gave me top hole. Damn. I was hoping to get down the hole that's in the lower right. It's evil weevil. Not too worried about the items here. There's nothing really that's like permanently missable that you can get from this area. In fact, I'll just leave the treasure hoarding or treasure hunting for now because we got progress to make. I want to at least get to 12,000 BC before I call it today. So these guys are special. They have an incredibly high defense, and they will counter with fire. Unless you hit them with lightning. Lightning lowers their defense and stuns them for a turn. Yeah, the shocked status means he'll skip his next turn. And then we just kill him because his defense is down. So this is also kind of a little interesting. There's a chest here this dude is guarding, but if you just walk up behind him and take it, there's 2 chests in this room you can do that with. Don't even bother fighting them. There is a forced fight when I come out this door, though. Maybe not. If I can avoid him seeing me. Ha! This is a guaranteed fight, though, because they're just standing there. I got lucky with the ape RNG that he didn't turn around and see me when I came out the door. Isla has a bunch more stuff now, thankfully. Rock throw him. This is why Lit 2 is important. All dinosaurs are weak to lightning, including the reptiles. Isla very strong. Give me the old dick twist. Pretty much what Isla just did. She just ran up, grabbed him, and twisted him through. I don't remember if the next part is the boss, so I'm just going to do this anyway. I know this is a short dungeon. Yep, this is the boss. Hey, Azala.
What's this? Could these apes have made something this advanced?
Azala.
Ah, the apes have arrived. You're nothing like Isla. Tell me what this is at once.
Tell Azala about the key. Regardless of what you say, the outcome's the same. If you say no, Azala's like,
oh, you gotta keep your secrets and I'll beat them out of you.
If you say yes, he just accuses you of being a liar because you talk so easily. So no.
I guess you need some motivation. Nimzel! Come, Nisbel!
And Azala just summons his giant Bara dinosaur. This dinosaur is just empowered by the power of Bara. So, much like other dinosaurs, he is incredibly defensive unless you hit him with lightning. Then his defense power goes down. Unlike other dinosaurs, once his defense power goes down, after I think 2 or 3 turns, he will discharge the lightning and do damage to everyone with it. And then his defense will go back up. So we want to do as much damage as possible before he discharges. This is going to become a theme of the dinosaur bosses in this game, is you have windows of opportunity to do damage before they do AoE damage to you and their defense goes back up. There it is. It does a decent amount of damage too. That's the real problem with it. Also, this cat throw's not going to do anything because he already discharged. Do I have a lapis? I do not. Alright, so mid tonics all around it is. I'm going to forego doing the lightning this turn until I can heal everyone up, just so we can maximize our time that he's defense down.
There ain't no meteor, bro. There ain't nothing. It's like you threw a rock at me.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, Chrono, but his defense isn't down yet. Drop throw. Fire. Subways. Drop throw. Actually, since I have spin cut up and Luke is about to get her turn, see how much damage Fire Sword does to him. Not bad. And he's getting ready to discharge. So Chrono and Luke are probably going to use their turns to heal then. Or he'll die. Him dying works too. Oh yeah, no, the soundtrack to this game is fucking incredible. Even today. And this isn't even the best music in the game either.
The apes have beaten Isbel.
Gifting back to Chrono now.
But remember, we reptiles will rule the world. Your days are numbered.
Is the gate key okay? No problem. I fight anytime as all Isla no lose. It says burp, but it's pretty much stylized that Isla's actually puking on the ground because she ate too much or drank too much skullcracker the previous night. You leave Chrono, no fun for Isla. Thanks, Isla. I learned a lot from you. Kino, sorry. Sorry, Chrono. I try to be strong now, just like Chrono. Come again, Chrono. Party, eat, dance, fight, fun. Yeah, dance, fight, fun. Hey, fetched. Come again, Chrono. Luca, Nadia, too. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna use Robo. Eat Chimkin. Hey, Jacato. Actually, I'm gonna go back here and talk to, let me check. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Isla because I think she lets you sleep. Or is it just... Nope, I lose the ability to sleep in here when not. Isla's back. Never mind. That's fine. Alright, so we got Red Rock, we got 2 parts of Masabune. It's time to go fix the sword. You got the ability to run from this fight because it's utterly pointless and I don't want to do it. I'm actually going to be running from quite a few fights now since I did all the grinding in the hunting lands. Because it's almost pointless for me to fight these things at this point. Oh yeah, if you come back up here without the gate key, the portal will not be here. You can still jump off the cliff, you'll just slide past and land back below. You know what? I want to get my ass slammed real quick. Let's go fight Specchio. The problem with Specchio is once he's reached this form, the Kilwalla form, he does enough damage that if you're not running elemental resistance, you're probably not going to beat him. You can, but it's unlikely. Also, I don't have Nadia leveled, so she doesn't have haste, which makes this way worse too. But it doesn't matter, because it's not game over if we lose. When he takes his Masamune form, you effectively require elemental resistance at that point. Thankfully, fire doesn't do shit because we're all wearing ruby vests. But lightning, I think, will still one-shot us. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Don't make a habit of this. Here you go. This is for you. Magic Tab and 5 at... Oh, that's right. This is still his weaker form. It's his next form when he's a... I think a goblin that he gets way stronger because he starts getting his AoE attacks at that point. Magic goes to Luca, so Luca can nuke everything later. Alright. Back to the old man. So when I play this normally, I usually do the fade out bug on this part, not because it skips the cutscene, but because it makes graphical issues with the cutscene and it's funny to me. But it also skips this opening part of text, so I'm not going to do it.
You found some dreamstone. Then I'll repair the Masamune. How on earth did you get the Masamune and the dreamstone? No, don't tell me. I don't think my heart could take it. It'll take a little while to fix this.
I'll lend a hand. So, depending on if Luca or Robo is in your party at this point, will change who lends a hand. Because it has to be one of the two of them. This gets some of the best music in the game. This cutscene can take a bit, and there's not really much to it. You can walk around and get a little dialogue from them.
Don't interrupt me while we're conducting research.
How are you going to fix it?
To repair the Masamune, we must process the dreamstone and activate the sword. You work on the dreamstone and I'll work on the sword.
Okay, leave it to Luca the Great.
At any rate, leave this to me.
Gonna be mighty busy.
To energize the sword, we must rejuvenate the broken sword.
Gonna be mighty busy. Oh god, I'm trapped. It's pretty complicated. You're breaking my concentration. So would you find somewhere else to go for a while?
Alright, it's done. Now bring me the dreamstone.
I'm done here too. Oh god, I'm stuck. There we go.
Alright, let's get started.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking game. Hey face. Facetious.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
There it is! The Masamune. Just like Sephiroth.
Take a good look. This is the Masamune.
Awesome, what a weapon.
Well, I think that's everything.
Okay, Chrono, let's take the Masamune back to Glen. When's Defenders of Oasis? Probably gonna pen that in around never. They really are. The 12,000 BC, aside from the Blasted Lands music, is the best music in the game, hands down. The Corridors of Zeal and Shala's theme is the best song in the game, and Corridors of Zeal is second. Alright, we need to go back to 680? Yes. And the overworld music for 600 AD is third. making me fight these weak-ass fights. It's the only thing that really sucks about this transition is you always have to do this fight unless you do the fight skip bug. Because this trigger right here, or no, the trigger right here is always here, except in very specific conditions of manipulating it, which I have never done successfully, so I'm probably never going to be able to. Like, I didn't put much practice into doing much of the bugs other than the fade out glitch, so candy skip is fun to get if I get it, but not really going to happen all that often. That one I've never been able to do. Alright. Ah, he's here. You coward, why'd you run? He's gonna fight the new. And he's gone. Note that Frog's home theme has changed.
'Tis thee again.
Hey, look, your sword is fixed.
The sword, 'tis the Masamune. I must follow this turn of events. Remaineth here the night.
Now's the backstory.
Cyrus, are you leaving?
Yes, it's time we took back the medal from the Frog King, and I'd like to see that mythical sword for myself.
But Cyrus, the kingdom needs you. And Lean and I need you. You must return to us.
As long as there's life in these bones, I shall return. By your leave.
Sir Cyrus. You're so cool, Cyrus. We, the Knights of the Square Table, wish you a safe journey.
Listen well, my friends. Hello, my friends. I now entrust the safety of the kingdom to you. Pardon the delay. Shall we be off?
Glenn, you be careful too. Be of sound health, your majesty.
No, Nuggets and all of their 13 HP.
So you want to manage your courage, dear Knight of the Kingdom. Well, come and take it if you can, Grimmer.
Prepare yourself, Polywog. In guard. Nirvana strike.
Gah! How dare you pick on a helpless amphibian? Filthy metal, I won't forget this.
Single hits all took. Also, who's the other two? Like, where is Glenn and why are there two random people?
Beware, Glenn. Cyrus, the sword. The Masamune. Is that the best you can do? Without your sword, you're nothing.
You haven't beaten me yet.
Cyrus, I'm a goner.
Glenn, escape while I keep them at bay.
But...
If you stay, look at us both. Go on, Glenn. You'd better worry more about yourself, Cyrus. Come on, Glenn, go! Ah!
Cyrus!
No, wait.
Cyrus! Run, Glenn. The Queen. Take care of Lean. Blah. Cyrus? Cyrus!
What's the matter? Aren't you going to try your luck?
Check out your tongue, kid. How about it, Magus? Can't you give him a more fitting form?
No, right? Why not? There's always time for a little fun.
Ah! Ah! You spineless wimp!
At the bottom of the night, where the song gets its name from. 10 years has passed. Can I do it? I've changed so much. Alas, poor Cyrus. Awaketh Chrono. Though we may fail, let us go to Magus's lair. Thou knowest his power? Nothing can beat science. We won't be beaten by a bad guy. Yeah, it's gonna be Luca. So, this is very important. Whoever you take with you, you want to diversify your magic as much as possible. Because it's going to be important much later. Taking Marl here is the worst option you could do. Robo's a solid choice, even though his magic isn't that strong, because at least he does shadow instead of also water like Glenn. Speaking of, even though we're supposed to go to Magus's castle, we're going to take a little detour first. Because we're going back to the end of time and getting Glenn access to his magic, which is going to be very important for this next area. You're not required to do it, and if you don't, the next fight is actually quite a bit harder. Next boss, I should say, not the next fight. So I highly recommend doing this if you play yourself. Also, it should be noted right now, I cannot equip the Masamune. Glenn is still equipped with, I think, his steel sword, because it's not an option to equip it yet. Come on. Right, there we go. Hey, Specchio.
What a weird fellow, being a frog. Let's give him water.
Wow, that's racist.
Ipso facto minima magico. So, fortified magic punch right out? Fuck no. You guys are too much.
So the main reason I'm not going to fight him is because you can only get his prize once per form. So fighting him now is literally pointless. Other than trying out Glenn's water magic, which is he shoots a bubble. I think Glenn has one of the lowest magic stats in the game. But thankfully we're not going to be really using him for his magic. We're going to be using him with the Masamune. Him having magic is just important to one of the mechanics of the next fight. And this is why this unskippable fight is kind of annoying, because you have to do it every time you come back. This is an unskippable asterisk. Sword Stream. Alright. We all healed up? Yep. So now it's time to go to Magus's castle. What's funny is there's a little dialogue thing you can get if you take Glenn into the Guardia castle, because he hasn't returned since he swore that he failed. Got the magic cave here. Time for some more backstory. As Frog here communes with the rock.
Hey, you.
It's Cyrus from your lives. Hey, Port. How you doing?
Thanks, Cyrus. Glenn, there are times when people simply have to grit their teeth.
But it hurts when I get hit. Hey, Captain.
You're a marshmallow, Glenn.
This is probably the best shot of Cyrus in the game, is that like back shot while he's standing at the bridge. Because it's the only time you see him without his helmet in his current age. Hey Glenn, I've been thinking about becoming a knight.
I knew you were gonna enlist. You make a great warrior.
Why don't you join too?
I don't think I'd make the cut.
But why? You're better with a sword than I am.
I don't know. I think I'd really lose it if I had to hurt someone. Ugh.
The virus. Oh no. Glenn was Glenn all along. Yeah, this is where you find out that Frog is Cyrus's old partner, Glenn. Or Squire, I guess. Yeah, I think Glenn was technically a Squire. The medal. The hero's medal. Hand it over the Masamune. So this is why you don't have access to the Masamune yet when you first get it. Because Chrono's technically carrying it. It's still a key item. My name is Glenn, Cyrus's hopes and dreams, and now the Masamune. Forthwith shall I slay Max and restore honor. I will say this is probably one of the best cutscenes in the PS1 version. Like, this actually looks really cool in the PS1 version. But the only reason I'm not playing it is because the PS1 version has hard-coded pauses, or hard-coded loading screens when going into the menu. It is a 5-second hard-coded delay every time you access the menu. Otherwise, the PS1 version would be just a superior version. Also, get ready to never see that pose again. I think that's the only time in the game he does that, or at least pauses on that pose. Oh no, there's a bat! Get it away! No. See, now he has the Masamune equipped, and because he has that equipped, he can now also equip the Hero Medal, which ups his critical hit rate. Which is very, very important. He's still wearing bronze though, so... Well... Yeah. Here, I got a spare rock helm for you. I know I should have bought another rock vest. Oh well. A ruby vest. So the motif of a lot of these things are similar to the magic cave in that things are largely weak to magic here. Now that we have the level 2 magics, however, for Chrono and Luca... Wait, do I have Luca's Fire 2 yet? No, I don't, because I have Fire Sword 2. At the very least, Chrono has Lit 2, so that takes care of a lot of these fights a lot easier. Oh look, another box. It gets cut off early if you run north because it cuts the dialogue off at a certain part of the ground to make sure you can't run past this with using the dialogue. Just wanted to show that off. Because you can do that in the 2300 AD ruins, but you can't do it here. They learned their lesson. But yeah, lighting. This is why lighting 2 was important. There we go. That's another one of those, if you run into them while they're moving, you'll trigger it, but if you wait for them to move by, you won't. Alright, here we go. One of the best dungeons in the game. This can only be one of the best themes in the game. Malgus's castle. Why he has a dragon? Who knows? Oh look, one of the bats stayed with us. How nice. So I want to point out, there is no music on purpose. Excuse me, sir. I'm taking this because it's intentionally done to kind of give a overall creepy vibe to the castle, which it does very well. Shelter. There's just no music whatsoever to unsettle you, no sound other than the interactions. You talk to these guys, they just talk about the castle, like, hey, what are you doing here? Hey, when did you get here? Kind of thing. It's kind of generic text. They talk about their treasure. This is the one that's important.
Well, if it isn't Luca.
Glenn, you're safe. Chrono, so this is where you've been since the festival. You had me worried sick. So these will change dynamically to people relevant to the characters you have on you. So if I put Robo in, and instead be Luca here. RCCX, don't waste your strength. But I'm not doing that. And it actually dynamically changes when you change, like on the fly. So in order to proceed, you have to go to both caverns and see that they're both empty, then try to use the save point.
Ozzy.
The bat has betrayed us. He went to Ozzy's side instead.
Welcome, Glenn, or should I say, Sir Froggy. Say, looks like you got some replacements for Cyrus. Magus is a tad busy right now. You'll have to take up your business with me. The swordsman Slash and Flea the magician, and... you'll have to defeat all 100 beasts in Magus's castle.
So, fun fact, if you do not dodge a fight and you go straight to Magus along the normal path, it is in fact exactly 100 monsters. Not taking into account optional monsters that are like kind of sitting by the wayside to jump into fights. There is exactly 100 monsters in the fights you are required to do on the way to Magus. Well, required is in huge air quotes because you can run from most of them. Or in a lot of cases, just move directly around them and just not deal with them at all. Which is what I'm going to be doing. So I am very specifically going to make sure everyone's topped up here, because this is one of the mini bosses in this area are no joke.
Please help. Relieve us of this misery.
Yeah, lightning too. So glad I spent the time just getting that for sure.
How did you get past my cadaver pals?
Ah, we're boned. It's been easy, so slush.
That Slash, you slimy dolt. Still playing the comedian, eh, Glenn? You'd be singing a different tune if Cyrus hadn't been there with you last time. You'd have fit right in with those bony fellows you just busted up.
This is Sir Slash. He's kind of a joke in this form. He has two forms. This one, I'm just gonna kind of mash through because it's not too big of a deal. Doesn't do all that much damage. Doesn't have that. I think he has like 2,000 HP. Oh no. The fire spin for 50 whole damage. Yeah, look at those crits from Frog. Should be getting close to killing him now.
Attack, attack, attack!
Frog with the Masamune and the Hero's Badge is just incredible. Like how Chrono's just creating to just try to keep up. Oh, there we go.
Now let's get to business. This is going to do me a world of good.
Now it gets a little harder.
And with no Cyrus to protect you, you're mine. You dare oppose me?
Slash has equipped the Slasher. Yes, his sword is named after himself because he's an arrogant prick. A fire sword him and probably slurp Chrono. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep people above 200 if I can. Because he can do that little fire move of his at any point. Which is real bad if people are low on HP. Luca's the exception because Luca has fire resistance. Oh, right. That's considered a water element, not a physical element, so it doesn't do damage to him. Bastard. What I can do, however, is X-Strike. The straight line attack. Pretty sure he's not immune to fire, though. No, but... is that really worth doing? Not really. I guess Luca's going to play dedicated healer in this fight because she doesn't do much for damage due to his elemental resistances. Stop it. That's the other reason you want to keep people high, is because he has a very high speed for his turns. If he does yes indeed, that'll actually do some decent damage. Nope, don't have time. Luca heal, X-Strike. Should be 2 more X-Strikes to kill him. Ow. Heal me. Okay, should be 1 more. Unless I've forgotten how to count, which is very possible. Yes, indeed. Oh no, this pushed it. Okay, if he's doing yes indeed as a counter, that means he's in his last 4th of HP, I think. God, it's been far too long. But yeah, similar to Yakra, whoever initiates the X-Strike is the person he'll counterattack. And then he does shit like that, which I need to heal. Chrono initiated it, should... Oh, there we go.
Unbelievable, but falling in the line of duty for Magus leaves me with a few regrets.
Got the Slasher. Also, I always kill him first. A, because slasher gives Chrono more speed, and B, he has the save point. Where is... Oh, I'm not on the save point. Hello? There we go. So let me do this. Because the other mini-boss does not give you a save point. They just give you a magic tab, and that's it. Where's mine? The other boss is also somewhat easier. Can be annoying depending on how often she wants to do, or sorry, he wants to do chaos, but I was going to show this one off.
Do you want a treasure?
Here.
In that case, will you play with us? Please play with us.
Oh no. It's shadows. Too bad they die real fast to magic. It's the same shadows from 2300 AD, so they're not really worth all that much. So running into these guys will trigger fights that, it's not just them. It's them and 4 other monsters, and it's actually a really annoying fight. There he is, the other mini-boss. The Magician Flea, I presume. We did it. Boss over. We won. I very specifically have Chrono do that, so he loses the MP. Wait, that isn't Flea. Where's the real Flea?
Over here.
There he is.
Giving up, little tadpole?
Hey, who are you? Keep your guard up. This is no ordinary woman. Meet Flea the Magician.
What the? Hey, I'm a guy! See, what? That's a guy?
So for the record, Flea is a elven guy who looks so feminine that people confuse him with a girl.
Male, female, what's the difference? Power is beautiful, and I've got power. Poor little froggy, you must have been lonely now that Cyrus is gone. And to be turned into something so hideous, dreadful. But since you've brought your new friends over to play, I'll show you all a good time.
He also dresses in a dress. Alright, so first thing Glenn needs to do is mid-ether Chrono. That is what he's named on. Hence why the 3 bosses' names are Ozzy, Flea, and Slash. Oh, she does have fire too, okay. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. Depending on how often she wants to do that will determine how bad this fight is. Because that inflicts chaos, which is the confusion effect of the game. Which needs to be dispelled pretty much fucking immediately. Let's see, what does this do? 237, and this does 179. So about 400 between them. So if I combine the two, this one's not so bad. Poison is pretty negligible in this game. You can outright ignore it 90% of the time. It's not really worth having them both do it. Ah, you bitch. Put Chrono to sleep. Darkness doesn't mean anything because we're using Tex. I guess it'll affect Chrono's counterattack, but whatever. Should keep Chrono and Glenn topped off here. And Flea has the power to possess people and have them attack their allies because of his beauty. At least he attacked Flea in his confusion. Flea's a much easier boss than Slash is. It's just a lot of status management. Also, probably doesn't help that he does an Ojo-sama laugh. That people confuse him with a woman. Or blows kisses at people. Oops, didn't see the Wind's Chaos going. Well, that one's gonna be ignored for a couple turns. Unless this kills her. Him. And it did.
How can this be? Sir Magus.
Magic tab. Where is it? Give to Luca.
Make Luca stronger.
Let's just run out as long as I align myself with the wall there.
Right? We're not going to see another save point for a little bit, so I'm going to go back to this one real quick.
Technically, the next place we see save points may not be save points, and I will be farming that area because there's, I think, 7 total drops possible there. Because the enemy you can fight in the fake save point area is worth a ridiculous amount of XP for how dead-ass easy the fight is. So it's absolutely worth doing. So I don't think... Yeah, this isn't the one I can skip. So this is a series of 4 gauntlet fights. Each one will have more enemies than the last. And you can't really skip any of them. You can't run away either. So it's just plow through it. I probably should have used the shelter while I was at the save point. I just do this. There, good as new. Grimlikins and henches.
Wait, aren't the original version of them also called hench?
Because the original version of the Grimlikins are called gargoyles. Yeah, look at that damage. That's why we put the magic tabs on Luca. She's already breaking 1,000 on that one guy. There they are. The annoying little wizards. The sorcerers. So these guys like to heal their companions and cast magic. They are the most annoying enemy in Max's castle. A close second is the enemy that was posing as Flea. But those are easy enough if you know how to deal with them. The reason I physically attack the... oh, never mind. I thought the sorcerers were immune to fire. Well, fuck that. Then Luca just can open with fire and just end everything from moving forward then. Just wait for Luca to get her turn and just end this battle. Come on. And it's over. So this becomes the strat later in the game, like super hardline, is you just go into a battle, have Luca use flare, and everything dies. And then you just proceed through the game like that. Hey, Chrono learned life. Grab this real quick. So I'm gonna put, instead of putting this on Luca, I'm going to put this on Marl to get the bronze mail off Glenn, because that's a real bad piece of armor. Yeah. Because this way Glenn at least has some somewhat appropriate level armor now.
I grow tired of this. Slash! Flee!
Sorry, Ozzy, but they can't help you now.
You fly-eating, tongue-flicking... I just in a jam!
Thou canst run. Oh man, look at these.
Welcome!
Look at these traps that Ozzy set up. Oh, God, almost got me with that. Oh, you barely missed again.
This!
I do like that he starts sweating as he starts putting like super work into it. Also, god damn it, I forgot to get the dark mail here, so I could just upgrade him now, and then give Luca the mist robe. Oh no! Oh gee! Oh, hey Ozzy.
It wasn't impossible.
So, it's funny you say that, Wrangles. That trap will come up later in the game, and it's based around a chest. Like there's a guillotine in front of a chest, and if you just ignore him and go, he starts freaking out and going faster. And it's I'll show it off later. It's pretty funny. It's actually similar to the whole like waiting for the trap to fall apart. Okay, let's see. Those things. Those are the second worst enemies in Magus's castle. That fucker up there. Alright. I think, yep, I need to go down here. So those little green things, that's what the chain ladders are for. If you go down the chain ladder, you can just avoid doing any fights here. This is the area where, if I really wanted to, I could navigate around the holes and not, and just go straight for Ozzy. But, I think there's one here, yep. You go down here. So this skeleton fight only occurs once. It's the first time you come down here and you have to deal with these skeletons. It's not that big of a deal. The important thing about being down here is instead that there are 4 save points in the room. At each corner of the room, there's a save point. Or not corner. The cardinal spots, there's a save point. I hope I don't get this right the first try. Damn it! I got it right on the first try! Fuck. Okay, well, should be one around here. So, the reason there are 4 save points is there is a real save point, there is a teleport out of the room, and there are these. They have no name. They have no attacks. They just run around like this forever. And I know this because as a kid, I just left the controller down and just watched them for like an hour while I was doing something else. They actually do not have any programmed attacks. They just run around and that's it. They also have a stupidly high defense. You're supposed to use magic on them, but they can't fight back, so why bother? But the reason I want to kill them and not leave is because they give 432 experience and 6 tech points each time you kill them. 432 experience for a thing that doesn't fight back is pretty insane. And once I've established... This is why I'm kind of irritated that I fucked it up the first time. Is because once I've established where they are, I know how to avoid getting the right spot moving forward. Because every time you come down here, everything shifts 90 degrees. So because the proper save point was on the right side, or not the proper save point, the teleport was on the right side when I first came down here, that means the teleport has to be either north or south this time. And then the next time I come down, it'll be east or west. And then north or south, etc. Okay, so it shifted south this time. So it'll be on the east or west wall next time. Should be one here. So I know these are the fights. Wait, what?
I've never had that happen. What the hell? I've been playing this game for 20 years. I've never seen it not go in a 90-degree angle. Well, I was wrong. For 20 fucking years. Oh my god. Man, I know less about Chrono Trigger than I thought. It really is. I've played this like 30 times, and I've never seen it go directly across before. Like, to the point that I was convinced it could only turn 90 degrees because it happens so goddamn often. Oh well. That sucks. I just lost out on 2 more fights. The real sucky part is I haven't even hit the real save point yet. I keep getting the teleporter. Okay, there we go. Now I can do this. Everything I know about Chrono Trigger is wrong. I do know for a fact that the save point and the teleporter will always be across from each other. Like, that has never not been true. So, actually, the other thing is I've never seen the teleporter in the same place. Okay. Hey, look at that. It's swapped again to prove me wrong. So I know these are the fights. Granted, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong about it not being in the same place twice. Because I was wrong about them only switching 90 degrees. Oh, this is weird. Like, I got Candy Skip. I fucked up the Dorindo Mountain Skip. The fucking things aren't actually turning 90 degrees. There's a bunch of stuff I'm just doing completely different on stream than my normal yearly playthrough. It's a bit weird. I sworn there was one more in this area, but I guess not. I know there's one more in front of him. Yep. So it can't be here, as far as I know. Okay, there we go. So this will be the last 2. And this will be one. At the very least, at least that has stayed true. That the teleporter and the save point are always across from each other, and the fights are always across from each other. If that changed, then I don't know what the hell's going on with Chrono Trigger anymore. Like, everything I know is a lie at that point. The real problem is, though, this time I actually want the save point instead of the fuck. I wanted to use the shelter before I left. Because there's none left down there. What the? Impossible!
Oh well, I'll have to wait until after the Aussie fight then. Because you can't willingly go back down there. You have to drop down from the thing. Just let it roll by. Outlaws aren't that difficult to deal with. They do have a little annoying counterattack, but they die fairly quickly. I forget if Juggler starts with magic or physical resistance. He starts with physical. So the way jugglers work are, they juggle their defenses. They start with a super insanely high physical defense, and then once they're hit with physical, they switch it to magical defense. And then vice versa. Did I just... What the fuck?
I didn't even know that thing was in the fight.
So impressed at how well Toriyama's art translates. Whoever did, I need to look up who did the actual sprites for this game. Whoever did it did an insanely good job. Like, not only just translating the sprites from Toriyama's work, but just the sprite work itself is so good. The game's 22... No, it's longer than 22 years old. It's 26 years old, I think? Maybe 27? And it's still... The sprites still look incredible. Like, it's why no one wants an HD version. Because the sprites look good as they are, and Square fucks up HD versions. If Square does a Chrono Trigger remake, or no, fuck remake, never mind, not that word. If Square does a Chrono Trigger remaster, and they do for it what they're doing for Legend of Mana, which so far looks good, but fucking knowing Square, who fucking knows, where they upscale all the background elements like the pulleys and the floor and the walls and whatnot, but keep the sprites as they are, then absolutely a remaster would be perfect. Everyone is terrified that they're going to do that fucking thing they did with 6 and Secret of Mana and everything else, where it's like, yeah, the sprites look good, but what if we run them through an AI upscaler? Then they'll look better. And no, they don't. They look like they've been speared with butter. Like, keep the sprites as they are. Or, yeah, a really good example is the very recent Saga Frontier remake. Those sprites look like ass. Those sprites look like hot ass. And that's because Square made it for mobile and then put it on PC. The hottest of ass. And that's the problem. Is if Square remasters Chrono Trigger, they're going to shove it on mobile. And if they're shoving it on mobile, they're going to use the butter filter on it because they fucking love the butter filter for mobile games. Oh no. Not for jugglers who are weak to magic initially. Whatever will I do? Magic defense on. Well, that don't matter. It means you're weak to physical now. I do love that Luca's close range attack is just her hitting them with the butt of her gun. I should have just opened with fire too. Would have made this go a lot faster.
What? Impossible! This takes the cake. And I said no, I love cake.
Speedbelt. Don't remember. Oh no, she's using the silver stat now, so no, that's good. So, you remember that gauntlet of fights we did before? Well, let's just go ahead and skip it this time. Because the fights only trigger if you stand between the gaze of these statues. With the exception of leaving the room. If you leave the room... Ha! I got it! Holy shit, I can't believe I got it! So, similar to the candy skip, you're supposed to fight that fight, but if you maneuver just the right way, Chrono moves just enough pixels forward to trigger their room transition before the fight can start. That's actually an incredibly hard skip for me to get. I don't know, like, I imagine speedrunners do it super easily, but for me, I've only done that, like, maybe 3 or 4 times before. Because you can hear the battle music play, but he skips forward and then goes through the scene transition. So I'm actually super happy I got that. A magic scarf and a mist robe. Well, guess you don't need the gold suit anymore. You already missed it, Regals. In the Derndino Mountains, there's a skip where you can skip the 4-fight gauntlet, and it doesn't require any kind of setup other than just walking up a certain distance and then walking left. There's no timing, there's no maneuver, just walk up a certain amount, then just walk left and you skip it. I fucked it up. I haven't fucked it up in 15 years, and I fucked it up on stream. I was so upset. Thy tithe hath come, are they? Trying to do that stupid accent's fucking up my ability to talk.
I'm Sir Magus has already called in reinforcements. Waiting till Lavos arrives. I shan't be defeated. No form of attack will break my barrier.
So, Ozzy's not wrong about that. Nothing we can do to Ozzy will break this barrier, because when we hit him, it does shit little damage, and then he blows up and does damage to us all. The way to actually beat Ozzy is hitting these. You can only attack one per quote-unquote combat, because the way this works
Watch where you're aiming.
is it stops the combat you're in and then starts another combat with 2 enemies, Ozzy and the untyped thing. Then it stops the combat. And starts combat with another one with the switch. Bye, Ozzy. Rip. That guy was totally bent. We must hurry to Max's place. Alright. Time for one of the best scenes and one of the best setups ever in a game. Like, so good. I'm not going to talk through this other than doing the voice lines. Okay, I'm going to talk now because I got stuck on a pixel. I couldn't actually get away from the door there for some reason. Because normally you can outrun those bats and just run through the door, but I got stuck on a pixel and forced into the fight. Also note the Gregorian chanting in the background, which is why I don't want to talk. Nergo seine Cyberzone. Now the chosen time has come. Exchange this world for Magus. It's that stupid frog. Kissed any princesses lately? I'd rather enjoy this form, and I owe it all to you. I have something for you. Yeah, there's that theme. Ah, the Masamune. I bet you're just dying to use it. The black wind begins to blow. Okay, give me your best shot. If you're prepared for the void. God, his theme is so good. Alright, so the way Magus works is, he has a magical barrier up that only takes damage from a specific element at a time, similar to Sphere Hunter from Final Fantasy X. That is why it's incredibly important to diversify your elementals in your party. If I had Frog and Marley, that means I would not be able to hit Fire or Shadow. Since I have those three, the only thing I can't hit is Shadow, which is fine because Robo has the weakest of the three, or the weakest of the 4 magics anyway. So if we see Shadow, we just attack him until he does a barrier shift and then keep going. More importantly, whenever Glenn hits him specifically, his magic defense lowers because the Masamune lowers his defense. So I have to hit him with magic and see if he put his barrier. His barrier was not lightning. Only water damages. Okay. That's going to hurt. Do I have I have a lapis? No, I'm not going to use it though. I need to save it. When he does lightning or shadow is when I need to start using group healing. And not this shadow. Only lightning damages. So he's going to barrier shift every time I hit him with something. Which is why it's so fucking important to keep, A, your HP super high, and B, have people that can actually hit him. Come on, go fire. Go fire, you coward. If I can get him to fire, I can do some massive damage to him. That should be fine for now. I will heal through this one, though. Oh, no. You gonna give me fire? What? You bastard. It is completely 25% across the board which one he chooses to use. He can use lightning for the rest of the fight if he wants to. I just need to kind of take a round to heal here. So what I'm going to do is have that, then have Glenn attack him to lower his M defense before hitting him with lightning. So that's kind of the ideal scenario, is... You fucker. At least he's not using Shadow, which I can't hit him with at all. So the ideal scenario is he starts using Fire, and when he uses Fire, you bring down his defense, and then hit him with Luca. Because Luca does the most damage by a long shot. Okay. He really loves fucking lightning for some reason. I'm gonna wait for Luca to get her turn to heal before I do anything. And Chrono's just gonna counter. This is only the first half of the fight. There it is. Time to do some damage. Chrono's probably the most important to keep alive. Okay, he's in phase 2 now. It's time to start healing. So if I hit him with magic and he does not phase shift, that means he's gone into phase 2. Which means he's going to now risk casting a spell. And the next turn he's going to use the ultimate magic spell, as he calls it. It does a shit ton of damage. So it's actually kind of important that everyone gets as topped up as possible before he does it. That was not who I meant to heal. This might not end well. Oh, hold on. I got time. There we go. Actually, can you do full damage to him now? You can. Okay. The Masamune will continue reducing his M defense even though it doesn't expressively call it out. Oh, there we go. He uses mode 7 as a spell. And that's spicy. He's throwing polygons at us, look out. His magic is a whole generation advanced. Do I have... Oh, I do have his group heal already. Holy shit. It's actually going to make things a lot easier. I didn't realize Glenn already had heal. Should be one more turn of attacks to kill him. Have him attack to lower his M defense. Not this turn, the next turn he's dead. I'll keep Glenn unused so he can heal. Well, that wasn't as strong as I was hoping it would be. Well, you two do the most damage, so I'll have Glenn use the Lapis if I still have it. If not, I'll panic to heal before we die. Heal it is. This should do him in. Yep, there we go. And that's the Magus fight. It is one of the hardest fights in the game.
What have you done to the Masamune?
What's happening?
Could it be Lavos? Bad timing. Don't wake up on me now.
What do you mean? Didn't you create him?
You fools, I only summoned him. He lives in the inner earth, absorbing the land's power and growing ever stronger.
So he wasn't born in this period.
What's going on?
A gate? It's huge.
If you hadn't shown up.
We're being drawn in.
Whoa.
Yeah, spin that background.
Chrono. Chrono. Wake up, Chrono. Honey, you'll be late for work. I'd forgotten how beautiful Leeds bell could sound. Chrono, we can't keep sponging off my dad. Get out and get a job. Chrono! Chrono, 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 Chrono.
It's not as bad as Nest, but it's up there. Colonel Wick? Uh-oh. Chrono awake, controller dead. Wake up, controller.
Isla?
Isla had a strange dream. We went to Mystic Mountains. Everyone alive there hurt. I carried back to the hut.
Magus.
Yummy frog for Isla eat.
Perish the thoughtless. By the way, whither thy blue-haired one?
Only find you there. Blue-haired one more tasty?
We hath lost him.
Magus said that Lavos was born in the distant past. Lavos? No, not worry now. You rest. Her bed.
Welcome together, everyone. Chrono, okay now? I'm busy. Look for Laruba village. Fight reptiles together. Destroy reptiles so we know survive.
Kano!
What happened? Quiet. Chrono, rest.
Northwood burning!
I know. A new village has been discovered. The ruins. Forward to the past. So, this is normally a cutscene I would skip. Not this one.
Reptiles take Kino. Reptiles hurt all who fight. What do now? Kino, you were here like 2 seconds ago. How the hell did you get kidnapped?
Yeah, so this cutscene up here, because it's fairly long, and it's actually faster just to do the fade out glitch to skip it. But I'm not going to skip it because Isla has a really good line in here. She burns this old man good.
Isla, this is your fault. Look at mess. Reptiles follow you, so village now ruined.
Isla feel bad.
Reptiles strong. They live long time before us. They smart, so we hide. But Isla say fight together. Isla still fight.
Also, another important line here.
Isla fight when alive, win and live, lose and die. Rule of life, no change rule. Old man breathe, but dead inside.
I love that line.
Isla, you strong, can make big talk. We know have power.
No, have power. We fight, gain more power. Isla help you, but need Dactyl. Give Dactyl.
Vinny's favorite line in Chrono Trigger.
Give Dactyl.
Need Dactyl? Go to Tyranno Lair. That reptile place. Dangerous. Isla want die.
Want to live, so go there. Isla be okay. Give Dactyl.
Okay. Go to Dactyl Nest and Keeper will help. Careful, Isla.
Thank you, old man. Give Dactyl. I don't know if anything's been upgraded yet,
so I'm going to check real quick since I still have a shit ton of the trade materials, which you have. I think this upgrades after we do Tyranno Lair, but let's make sure. Magma Hand. I don't even care about the Magma Hand. I need to see if he still has the Flint Edge or if he has the Aeon Edge now. Why use big words when small word do trick? Yes. Ruby Vest? No. Yes. I can't remember what combination does what. Aeon Blade. Okay, so he does have the new ones. Yes. Which means he should have... this is... I think 1 and 2 is Marl, so 1 and 3 should be Luca. Nope, 1 and 3 is Luca. Or Marl, so 1 and 2 will be Luca. Because, you know, he's crazy caveman with the secrets of gunpowder and... Dream Gun, there it is. Alright. No. Aeon Blade. You get to keep that. Dream Gun. Since I bought this, you can have it. Although I'll probably never use you again. Forget if I can get around these fights or not. There we go. Ah, you bastard. So it's kind of important, in these fights in particular, to fight these schists instead of the cave ape, because the cave ape counterattacks by picking up the closest thing to him and throwing it at you. And in this case, he'll pick up the schists and throw them, which is actually incredibly painful.
Damn.
When the schists are gone and he wants to counterattack, he will instead pick you up and throw you at the party if he's close enough. So killing the shists first disables his counterattack unless he's right next to you. Damn it. Almost made it. If I can get on the ladder before those little bastards turn around, I can get around this fight. Meteor. I believe there's a armor in this area too.
Yeah, damn it.
I clipped him. You know what? These aren't actually worth fighting at all because of all the grinding I did. I'm just gonna skip this. Because I can. Without worrying about being underpowered. I just don't want to fight this. 2 cave apes is a really annoying fight. Because they will pick up each other and throw them at you. Mesomail, there it is. So there is a fight on this ladder that is skippable, but it requires you to line up on a perfect pixel. I don't know where the pixel is, but there is a single pixel you can line up with that will skip the fight hitting the ladder. I didn't get it. So let's do that instead. Alright, time to give Dactyl. Oh, look at that little shining star in the upper right. Wonder why it's red. Isla, give Dactyl.
Chrono.
You can't be serious about going alone.
No, time really under dangers. Maybe I'll perish. No, go alone. Have Dactyl. Give Dactyl. Listen, we owe you one. Right, Chrono? I'll have strong friends. We're all going to the Tyranno lair.
That's great. I like that. TV quad, you could throw each other. Goodbye, Glenn. I will only ever use you once again much, much, much later in the game. Because now I have my final party for the game. Hey, the star is shining. How quaint. Got Dactyl. Give more Dactyl. Alright. I'm going to shelter. I'm going to save. And I'm going to take a very quick break. I will be right back. I am returned. Also like how the characters are all upset when you idle. Trivia time. A dactyl is a measure of Greek poetry containing one long verse followed by two short verses. It's used to describe hands' feet, as the digit contains one joint followed by two short joints. Well, that's actually really cool to know. Thank you. I never noticed Luca reads a book while everyone else freaks out. Alright, welcome to the Tyranno lair. There is a lot of contact fights in here. Like, contact the sprite and you'll start the fight. Those guys are one of them. And there's quite a few forced fights as well. With the new purple reptites. And this is one of the better dungeons in the game. It also has the worst room in the game. Like, just flat out, the teleporter room is the worst room in the game. It's a puzzle with no real, solution other than figure it out, dumbass. The only solution is brute force. Oh, look at all those poor Laruba cavemen. They're stuck in there. Oh, well. They're not what we're here for. That's why I just forgot. I forgot. Oh, they're all equipped correctly. Never mind. See you guys. Good luck.
Thanks for bringing or being the main course. Get the apes!
See, this should do some decent damage because they're weak to lightning. I don't think Isla gets a AoE attack for a long time. Like, I think the only one she actually gets is Twister and Dino Tail. And Twister is weird because it only does damage around her current position and above her. Like, you can't actually aim it, it just does around her and above. And Dino Tail is based on the less HP she has, the more it does. So her AoE options kind of suck. She's very a single target kind of person. Also, I love Isla's solution for this door.
Isla!
Kino, get back! Isla, save you! Shoulder tackle it a few times. Try to crawl under. And just crawl over it. What are you doing in there? Sorry, Isla. All Kino's fault. No matter, Kino escaped with the Aruba villagers. You mean those ones we left behind?
What would Isla do?
Put end to this. Kino go too. Kino no come. If Isla dead, Kino new chief of Ayoka. Isla. Our solution is eventually to just rip them open. There's a button right there, Isla. We could. Never mind. Isla's strong. No lose. Kino understand. And show you something. Oh, we'll grab this first, Kino. So that's the reason I didn't free them. You can go up here and free them initially and just let them run away. I do like that it takes into account if you didn't free them yet. Kino does it. You strong, me weak. I look good, chief. There we go. I know I can get by him. See ya, Kino. So this is where the mechanics get a little weird. Because there are fights you can fight here, but you can also push this button and just drop them. And not do the fights. However, that's not permanent because when you enter back into that room again, they will be back. Ah, here it is. The worst room. So there are multiple invisible panels all over this room. Like, literally all over. And all of them have one of three effects. They will summon a fight. There's two of the fight panels. they will teleport you to a random point in the room, or they'll give you an item. Or lead you to an item, sorry. So it's pretty much wander around and figure out where the teleport panels are to get your ass out of here without any kind of indication of what happens. Because there's even areas where the panels are, like, they're effectively tied to those little tiles on the floor. And there'll be, like, a tile that is a teleporter away and a tile that is a teleporter forward right next to each other. So, like, this tile in front of me could be away and this one could be forward. And you have to do stuff like wander through various areas, trying to figure out which one lets you get what. And there's the one out. Okay, that one's gonna take me away. Yeah, this room sucks. I think to get the other item is... Nope, that's not it. No, I don't want that item. I'm out. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm not trying to solve that puzzle anymore. Oh no, falling dinosaurs. Much like the Gigasaurs before, hitting them with lightning will lower their defense and stun them for a turn. Which lets you pretty much just tear through them. So these guys are special. Unlike the schists, the volcanoes, if you hit them, and the enemy does take advantage of this too, he's about to run and go do it, will attack your party, effectively. If I hit it, it'll attack his group. If the dino dude hits it, it'll attack our group. Which is a nice little touch. I like it. Because the Reptide's AI is programmed to go after the volcanoes first, and then go after the party. Because the volcanoes would do a group AoE if he hits it. This is also one of, not this, but in this castle, is one of the best places, this fight here, is one of the best places in the game to grind tech points. Because I think you get something like 20 tech points or something per fight. This is used for the speedrun grind, effectively. It's coming in and out of this blocked door here and just doing this fight. I'm not going to do that, however, because I'm just going to take the easy slash annoying path of grinding rubble and turrets for their super 100 tech point bonus. I'm not even going to bother with this fight. It's not worth it. Oh, god damn it. You have to fight him. Well, see, Isla agrees. She wants this over quickly. They no give Dactyl. They die. So this little skeleton head puzzle will come up once more in the castle later. Effectively, the way it works is one button is good, one button is bad. And then later there will be 3 buttons, 2 of which are bad, 1 of which is good. This. If I remember correctly, this button just summons a fight and nothing else. Just throw him. Just be done with him. Since I hit him with lightning, he didn't get a turn, so he couldn't hit the volcano. And that's how you do that without worrying about getting hit. Yeah, the reason these guys are worth so many tech points is to try to help Isla catch up on any grinding you may have done. But it just makes it great for grinding them in general because, hey, bunch of tech points. No, Bill. Bara dinosaur.
Azala's in the back.
Let's go ahead and get ready for this. How nice of Nizbil to just let us go by. Oh, wait a minute.
Hold it. This is a special place. The great Nizbil is defeated here.
Nizbil the second. Oops. Oh! Ah! I forgot he opens with a low defense, so you can hit him with at least one. Okay, we're gonna need something I don't have. So much like Nizbil the first, he does a electrocution discharge after being hit with lightning. What do you charm? That's right, Isla. Charm the Bara dinosaur. Oh, he gets a third eye. Holy shit. Might as well just use Luca's strongest attack because she has the silver stud on. Whoops. His defense power is already too high. I think we should have... Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I just saw that. Why? Yeah, exactly. It's a nice little touch because they're like, oh, hey, you didn't trigger this flag yet. Well, it would make sense this character would let him out, so let's have this character open it instead. Okay, rock throw. At least counterattack doesn't increase his defense, because it's not considered a direct attack. Yeah, there we go. That's the damage I'm looking for. So I could have technically skipped this fight by doing the fade out glitch, just walking back until the screen carrying the transition until the screen fades out. But I already skip enough bosses in this game, and I will be skipping one more boss in the future. So I figured, fuck it, we'll just fight him. Give Barasaur one last chance to live. Huh. I didn't actually know he had a poison counterattack. I've never actually seen him do that before. That one I've seen, where he just hits you. Oh no. This isn't good. Woo! It is uncomfortably close. I was not paying attention to my HP. Woo! Yeah, we're just gonna spend another full turn healing real quick. Had I have died there, I would have just done the fade out glitch to skip this fight. Please, sir, may I have a turn? Oh, choking on water, it's fun. There we go. Alright, should be better now. Oh hey, Luca learned one of her best spells. Alright, so there's only a little bit left of this dungeon. Effectively, we go through a few more mandatory fights with these. So I'm just going to lightning and fire through as best I can. How dare you? Chrono just counters him to kill him. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 mandatory fights left, I think. Because there should be a mandatory fight crossing this bridge. If I get rock throw him. And then there's a gauntlet fight approaching the center door as well. So, here's the 3-button bridge. So here's the thing. The previous room taught you one of these buttons will open the path to get you forward, but one is trapped. The thing about this room is none of the buttons are for moving forward. You walk up and interact with the skull to open the area. However, you can see what happens if you open this. If you hit, I believe this one will drop monsters. Oh, no, that's the save point. And this one will drop monsters. But since the thing is open, they'll just fall through. So you can trigger a save point right here. Not that it means much because we just got from Nimzel, but yeah. 2 of them are trapped, one of them is a save point. And now the 3 mandatory fights. Oh god, Chrono's fucking dead. The pterosaur fell right on his head. I'll Mega Bomb him. Fuck it. See how fast I can make this go. Oh wait, I think they're immune to fire. Never mind. Oh no. 2 of them. Getting a sneaking suspicion. I think I remember there's a reason to charm these guys. Are you immune to fire? Oh, you're not. Sweet. What do I get from charming them? Oh, missed. Try again. Come on, Isla, you can charm that big dinosaur boy. Oh, they drop lapises, that's why. Chonkosaurus. Isla's into the Chonkosaurus. She's good at charming him. Alright. Hey, Zala.
So you're here at last. This is it then, the showdown. Today there shall be a conclusion. Will it be the reptiles or you silly apes who end up ruling the world?
Strong survive. Isla strong. Isla fight. Give Dactyl. Big Dactyl.
Hear that lovely voice? You'll soon become the best of friends.
I don't know if we can do it here, but... Nope, we can't do it until later. I'm gonna go back and save real quick. And recover everything. And change some gear. That's nice. Ruby vest. Ruby vest. Ruby vest. Actually, how much armor is this? Nah, ruby vest. So this upcoming fight is a little, can be a little difficult. Fire resistance helps a lot, but more importantly, it is one of 2 fights in the game where you can abuse Luca's sleep ability to make it a lot easier. Big Dactyl.
Red star, fall! Stain the earth red! Though it may be our fate to perish, we will not simply hand this world over to you. With this black Tyranno, I can finally exterminate these filthy apes.
Big dog. So, the way the Black Tyranno fight works is the Black Tyranno has max defense. You can do 1 digit of damage to him at any given time. He will not drop his defense until Azala is dead. So you're supposed to kill Azala first. However, since Azala is not immune to sleep, you can put Azala to sleep, and this will actually trigger the Black Tyranno to drop his defenses without having to kill Azala. As long as we don't do any AoE attacks, we can pretty much just kill the Tyranno and finish the fight without ever having to worry about dealing with Azala. That shit hurts. If he eats anyone, we have to mid-tonic them immediately. Come on, you little bastard, do it. He has a set number of attack cycles he has to go through before he can actually drop his defense, because the game is assuming you're fighting Azala at this point. Come on, you bastard. There it is. Removes defense and is storing power. That is quite literal in that it says he is storing power as well. Because he's about to do an attack after a count of 5. It's going to do a shit ton of damage. Well, slightly less shit ton because we have fire defense on. That's the reason we have it on. 243. I do love that his countdown is him just screaming at you and shaking all the sprites. Okay, yeah, fire's just as strong as napalm. I also love that the scream is considered an attack and can be counterattacked because of it. We're gonna see at least one of the fire attacks. I'm not strong enough to beat him before he finishes off one. Also, when we beat the Black Tyranno, pay attention, because his death animation's a little fucked up. The thing about the Black Tyranno is he is actually 2 sprites instead of 1, which you can see sometimes when we damage him, because things will flash in a different sequence. His head is 1 sprite and his body is another, to allow them to animate his head without having to animate the whole body. Oh, there it is. And so when he dies, because the thing we're attacking is his head disappears, and then the rest of his body disappears. So it looks like we literally decapitated him in death. He gets half his defense back when he does the fire attack, and then raises the rest of it if Azal is still alive. If not, he'll just cycle back around to doing the countdown again. Luca got eaten for the 3rd time. I don't know why he keeps targeting Luca. Oh, last spin cut before I have to ether him. That's fine. Come on, drop your defense again. You bastard. I'm just gonna wait for him to drop his defense. Yep, come on. Oh my god, you bastard. Stop eating Luca. There we go. And he should be dead real soon. He should have less than 1,000 HP now. I'm gonna guess either this turn or the next one. Wonder shot. God. Luca's Wonder Shot is the weirdest ultimate weapon I've ever seen in a Squaresoft game. Because it can be the best or the worst weapon in the game. Depending entirely on RNG. Yep, there we go. Now watch his head disappear and the rest of his body go with it.
No, it can't be. Could the heavens truly have sided with the apes? Listen, primates, and let it be known. We reptiles fought bravely to the bitter end.
I'll understand.
Oh? Soon, stones of fire will rain down. Flames shall scorch the land. The burned out plains will slowly freeze, ushering in a long, cruel ice age. What a treat. You will wish you went along with us.
Lavos. Lavos? Yep, GDQ Wonder Shot, where the terms Wonder and Blunder Shot were coined. Wonder Shot when it gets its crit, Blunder Shot when it rolls low. Because the Wonder Shot has the capacity to do, I think, at maximum 2,500 damage with one shot, or the capacity to do 200, because it's utterly RNG which one it's going to do. Isla word. La means fire, Vos means big. Kino. Give Dactyl. Hurry, Lavos comes soon. All right, Dactyl. Then give Dactyl. Kino, hurry. Isla, what you do? Come, Azala, come.
Absolutely not. The powers that be have spoken.
Isla, hurry. Azala, me not forget.
The future.
Future? What about? Future.
We have no future.
So I want to point out, not only was Azala like clearly better learned than the cavemen, Azala was able to predict the meteor and the ice age that would occur from it. Give Dactyl. No. It's a joke Vinny came up with when he played through Chrono Trigger. He's so bemused by Isla's line, give Dactyl, and how often she says it, that he pretty much just ends every line she says with it. So Lavos arrived in this period. Lavos, huge. Chrono, fight it. Chrono, where we go where Lavos fall. Also, I want to point out, a star from the sky fell into the earth long ago and buried itself, and we already know Lavos is feeding off the planet. Almost like a certain Final Fantasy. A parasite from outer space lands and starts feeding off the planet's life energy. We may be able to do something now. Let's go find out. Hold on. First get Dactyl. Exactly. Crystal Chronicles. Now let's go dispel that miasma. Why is there a gate here? Lavos, very fast, deep under earth already. Now I understand. The immense energy that Lavos gives off alters time and creates gates. What wrong, Chrono? Fight Lavos. Go in here, yes? You want very good things, yes? Time for the best timeline in the game. Yeah, listen to that music. So good. Well, it is the gate nearest to Lavos. We have no idea as to where it leads. Where this, Chrono? So, unlike every other part of the game where it gives you like a question mark for the era you're in, this one just flat out tells you, yeah, it's 12,000 BC. Fuck it, whatever. Ice Age time. Now time for the actual best overworld theme in the game. Like, hands down. The Corridors of Time.
Hey, what's wrong? You have something to say?
What wrong? That animal good food? I never noticed Isla cheers when she says that.
The black wind howls. One among you will shortly perish. Hey, explain yourself.
Oh, I was just confused.
It's only a bad joke. It's unscientific.
Strange one, but not bad boy. So, in two of the locations, Gibdactyl. Weird boy, Gibdactyl. So, two locations in here, there's these books that actually contain magic. And if you put them in the order of water, wind, fire, it opens up a hidden passage. The Mysteries of Life, of volume 841, chapter 26. All life and begins and ends with new and ends with new. This is what I believe, at least for now. This is the truth. This is my belief, at least for now. I can't read this one until after this. So I saved outside for a reason. The Guru of Reason is gone. Challenge me? Yes. Okay, here we go. You could easily get fucked up by this fight if you're not careful. Or if just RNG doesn't go your way. However, because I have Falcon hit, where Isla literally fastball specials Chrono, it should go a little easier. Fire 2. Mod Dactyl donation sent to, oh god. Isla would be so upset. So these news are like any other new in the game where they have 2 attacks only. One is a life shaver that reduces you to 1 HP, and one is a attack that does 1 HP. Which one they do is completely RNG. That's those 3 done. And if once Chrono and Isla get another turn, that should be the end of the fight. Don't kill him. Damn it! Oh, we are rolling badly. Oh no. Get up, Chrono. Well, there's no reason in healing because they'll just reduce me to 1 again. Did he get it? Okay, okay. Yeah, if they get another turn. Exactly. There we go. 744, 90 tech points. You're strong. Take this. Got a magic tap. Speed tap. No. And then he dies forever. Goodbye. Oh, I thought you could read this one. Okay, so... Welcome to Enhaza, the magical kingdom of Zeal. We find truth in the bliss of sleep. Dear me, who might you be? This is the eternal kingdom of Zeal, where dreams can come true. But at what price? So, effectively, the whole thing that this location is about is these are all, like, super powerful magicians. They're wizards, warlocks, etc. And, effectively, they're scholars as well. They're always looking into magic and different ways to use it and stuff like that. Actually, full tonics would be a better choice here. And let's get rid of some of this stuff. I'm gonna do some inventory stuff real quick. Who has the lowest defense? Oh, of course. Alright. Oh, I had another one? Oh, there you go, Chrono. There we go, inventorying. So it's not, effectively what you learn in this location, if you talk to all the NPCs, is a lot of them are dreaming of ways to, as a way of to communicate with the beyond. Not specifically the beyond like the realm of the dead, actually like beyond the veil of reality and shit like that. And they do that through dreams. They find it's communicating beyond the veil of reality helps empower their magic. Or they're just trying to learn information they may not know. So there's a little side thing we can do here with the blackbird.
Who are you guys?
So this is the first introduction of a character we're going to be seeing a lot of.
Everything okay with the blackbird? Everything's okay, Sir Dalton. Of course it is, you idiot. Hey you, what are you doing there? Aha, it was true then. You're the ones the prophet said would come and cause trouble. Let's see how you handle this little situation. I didn't think they'd make it so easy on me, ha!
And then he just takes off. That is Dalton. Dalton's a little bitch. Okay. Wind is down here. And fire is over here. Found something strange. But a black rock is inside. So the black rocks are a very special little accessory that will unlock triple techs later in the game. It all began aeons ago when man's ancestors picked up a shard of a strange red rock. Its power, which was beyond human comprehension, cultivated dreams. In turn, love and hate were born. Only time will see how it all ends. There's that red rock again. I've got load shields, but I cannot sell them unless the Queen says it's okay. Thanks, buddy. Let's see. Try to remember what's in these rooms. I know in here is the... Oh, I guess there isn't a tab in here. I guess one there's a tab sitting on the table in here. Should be the tab research facility, yep. So, unfortunately, these look like power magic speed tabs, but they're not. If I was to pick that up, he'd be like, oh, that one's not done yet. Because this is the guy who invented all the tabs we're finding. I'm working on a tab that will boost magical skill, but my precious products have been disappearing lately. Must be the naughty new that hid them. They love pranks. What can I do? So yeah, this man is responsible for making us permanently stronger. That's why he gets his own Sprite. Also, the naughty new hiding things is how we'll get a tab in a minute. Alright, then we go up the little mountain here. To Zeal's palace. Uh-oh. Different music. So, if you talk to this new,
Could you
Scratch my back. Sure.
Thanks. Oh, you got it. Whew. Ooh, thank you.
You discover the new scratch point. And this is important for a very stupid reason. So now that we know the new scratch point, we can go back to that room where the tab maker was and figure out where the new hid the magic tab. Yep, wrong way. Lavos is a new the whole time. Hey, buddy. Scratch, scratch. Ooh. Scratch, scratch. Whew. Scratch, scratch. Tee. They've been eating them. Okay, he just says the same thing. Scratch Lava's back. I'll take a mortal blow for you in battle now. But yeah, you find out the news are eating the tabs. Which makes sense because they're effectively just magic soda. Back to the evil music. Magic tab for Luca, which will actually be a little bit important moving forward. So this is the Queen's palace. They're effectively just doing research to help benefit the Queen. That's all you really learn from coming here. Masa and Mune will not speak to you.
I wonder how old man Mechler is. Humans are so odd.
Hey, you, Callaway. So this is the Mammon Machine. It is named after Mammon, the demon, otherwise known as the Devil Machine, and it is drawing power from an unknown source. For the longest goddamn time when I was a kid, partially because of my mild dyslexia, partially because I'm an idiot, I thought it said the Mammoth Machine, like the giant woolly elephant. It wasn't until much later in my life I realized that says Mammon, not Mammoth. Like the demon. Now, time for the best song in the game. Just like, no contest, hands down, absolutely best goddamn song in the game.
Shala. Oh, you're back, Janice. Is something wrong? The black wind. You feel it too. Don't worry. It'll be all right. Now, hold on to this.
What is it?
It's a kind of amulet. If something should happen, it'll protect you. I wish I could be with you always, but Mother has other plans.
She's not our mother. She looks like Mother, but inside she's changed.
Still, I can't. Janice, I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Highness. The Queen asked for your immediate presence to the Ocean Palace.
All right. Well, Janice, I'll be going.
It's also important to note that Shala gave Janice that amulet for later.
Oh, who might you be?
Shala, please hurry. If you're late, I'll be punished.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Like, we're just sitting there eavesdropping on everything. Shala just comes out and goes, oh, hi. And music's over. Back to evil. Shala's theme is the best song in the game. Just period. So this is an interesting point. If anyone has played Chrono Trigger before, you know what's about to happen. And if you haven't, remember what Marl's pendant looked like at the beginning of the game? Well, we have Marl's pendant. Oh. Strange, how come? There's something to this pendant. So if you have Marl in your group, she comments that she felt something weird coming off the pendant, not hers, the Shella's. And then talking around, they talk about how... Oh, actually, that's perfect. Let me talk that new real quick. He says, this leads to the Hall of the Mammon Machine. Not Mammoth, Mammon. And these people will talk about how Shala's pendant glowed with Mammon's energy. Which leads you to this.
Shove that pendant right in the statue. Just, it'll be fine. It's just infused with Satan power now. You have the pendant of Satan power. And now,
Hail Satan!
We can open up those doors.
even a door of this caliber can't keep science at bay. I let go. No fear, Chrono. I will say, however, that's not science, Luca. That's literally magic. There was no science involved in that. It's all actual magic.
Oh, what I was about. The reason I turned around is because I wanted to show this off, but I'll just explain it. If you try to leave after after opening up the door here, there are guards blocking the door. You are no longer allowed to leave once this door is open. However, if you leave after powering up the pendant, but before opening that door, like that little less than a minute space of time, there is a special ending for beating Lavos in that one sliver of time. It's one of the 13 endings to the game, to beat him after powering up the pendant, but before opening the door. And there it is. The worst thing to ever happen to Chrono Trigger. Queen Zeal.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Your Majesty, they are the evildoers I warned you of.
How dare you think you could oppose me, you foreigners? You are worse than the gurus. Fools, don't take them away.
Yes, ma'am, by your leave. Golem!
So this is the first of 3 Golem fights. These fights suck because one of his main attacks is Iron Orb, which reduces your HP by half. Yeah, so... Holy shit, did he just kill Isla outright? No, he almost killed Isla outright. So yeah, the worst thing to happen to Chrono Trigger was Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross happens because of Queen Zeal. Because of the events that occur right in this area with Queen Zeal is why Chrono Cross happens. So, the thing about Golem here is anytime you hit him with anything, he copies that element and starts doing his attacks based on that element. Oh, couldn't charm him. So, like, trying to... So that... well, Isla's dead. So that attack he's doing is his physical copy attack. If he's copied physical, he does that massive super blast of damage. What we want to do is have him copy fire, because his fire attack is the worst of his possible elemental copies. As long as I can get fucking her healed before he attacks. There we go. So the trick to this fight is wait for him to do his attack, which is like nothing, and then just hammer him afterwards. And then finish it with a fire attack to make sure the next thing he does when he tries to attack is fire. Wait for him to attack, do all your physical stuff, and then hit him with fire again. Magic tab. This is the trick to easy beating Golem here. So the thing about Chrono Cross is a good game, in my opinion. It's okay to good. Like it's a solid like 6, maybe 6.5 out of 10. The problem is, as a follow-up to Chrono Trigger, it is actually a horrendous sequel. Like, it has almost nothing to do with Chrono Trigger at all. It wasn't even a Chrono Trigger game. Like, ultimately what it was is, it's a sequel to Radical Dreamers, which was a VN game that was only released in Japan. And Square effectively just took Chrono Trigger, took the title, and just like, yeah, fuck it, slap, people love Chrono Trigger, just slap Chrono on there, we'll call it good. It's the Mario 2 of the Chrono Trigger series. It was never intended to be Chrono Trigger. It had the name slapped on there because it had brand recognition, and it is absolutely terrible in terms of a Chrono Trigger game. It's a decent game overall, though. Like, I enjoy playing the game. It's not a Chrono Trigger game. Oh, yes. And when they die, they burp and do poison and decent damage. Ooh, I held on by 2. Because that's what Dalton does when he dies. He burps and then everyone disappears.
My poor Golem, that was inexcusable.
Fear not, you won't die. Immediately, that is. By the time we're through with you, you'll be begging for us to end your suffering. What a delicious diversion. Ojo-sama laugh.
So note, we're currently being stored where the Mammon Machine was. The Mammon Machine is now missing.
Idiots, what will you do, Shala?
Let us rescue them.
I think it's useless. Besides, if they escape, you'll be in trouble.
Do not worry about me. They just might be able to rescue the gurus. Are you alright? Quickly, escape from the palace. And if you can, please rescue Melchior. He was sent to the Mountain of Woe for opposing the Queen. Please, you have to help him.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. Your meddling tires me. You'll just have to disappear.
You mustn't.
Stop!
See, even the kitty says stop.
Okay. I'll spare them. But in return, you will cooperate, Shala. Now, show me how you came here. So you came in through here. Now, Shala, after I throw them in, I want you to seal the portal shut.
No, you can't make me.
Obey me. Their lives are at stake. All right.
Blink.
Please forgive me. The Prophet could have just done away with us. They take energy from lavas. Lavas not get weak? The crest on the sealed doors. We've seen them elsewhere, haven't we?
So, I'll mention something that isn't really brought up unless you have different party members in your team. The Mammon machine, the energy it's drawing, is from Lavos directly. Like, the Mammon machine was designed to draw power from Lavos and empower their magic. This is pretty much telling you how to, now that you have the pendant and you open the door in the palace, which is like a little hint. It's like, hey, you remember those doors in 2300 AD? Guess what? You can open them now. A curious crest is engraved here. Some unknown power keeps it sealed. So yeah, we now have the ability to open all those doors. And the boxes. We may yet find our way back to that era. Let's get cracking, Chrono. Unfortunately, we have been locked out of 12,000 BC for now. Because while those gates are sealed, we cannot go to the end of time and use those gates either. So we drop Dactyl here. There is a nice little touch of a thing here where you'll notice there are no enemies other than those Killwallas and these guys. They intentionally remove all the mandatory fights on your way through here. Unfortunately, that is the last time we will give Dactyl. Dactyl done forever. We can, however, now go talk to Specchio about Isla's magic ability. She doesn't have any.
Alright, sweetheart. Unfortunately, you were born before magic existed, but you seem to have other skills that'll get you by. Alright, looking for some practice?
Fuck no.
Anytime, friends. Remember, I'm the master of war.
So I'm not fighting him for two reasons. One, Isla has no magic, so she cannot literally do anything to him. Two, I'm gonna go get a couple things before we fight him. So, now that we have the powered up pendant, there are some very important things we can do before we continue with the game. Normally you'd wait a little bit to get the airship equivalent for the game to do this. Fuck that, I'm doing it now. First of all, we're going to be opening those doors that we couldn't open before. Second of all, there's some very, very powerful armor and weapons we can get right now that are far stronger than anything we're supposed to have. I guess I'll go this way because I didn't actually do this path when I came through last time. These are the mutants, since I didn't fight them last time. These are a massive joke now that I am so high leveled. Like, honestly, I don't think they're going to survive magic attacks. Dactyl rest good. Yeah, it's really nice because effectively you find this out a little later in the game. When he first got there, there was literally nothing. And so the implication is after he got there, and he mentions like people are popping in and out all the time for some reason. It's kind of implied that he built that based on materials that people who were popping in and out just left with him. So he built that little lamp in the street corner and all that on his own from the materials that people would give him on the way through. Which is why it's so small and, like, to the central point. The race log, hooray! Yeah, no, it's fucking great because like it's a good implied reason for why it's so small. He literally built out everything he needed, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done now. This is all I need." Specchio shows up. He's like, "Yeah, I'll make a room eventually." And he makes that little room Specchio's in because he's technically been there for legitimately ever. Like, time doesn't flow there. He's been there for 1 second and eternity. Alright, so to continue, we'd go through the sewer access. However, we have a few places to open up first. There was a door down in here. I use the Enertron as well, so I can still be hungry. Like, I will say they did a really, really good job with the theming of 2300 AD, and it's just how, like, hopeless the world is. All of the maps have this little, like, overlay of fog that gives you, like, an idea of just everything is so dirty. There's a constant just layer of grime on everything because no one cares anymore. Everything is made of dark steel and metal, and the only thing that really survives is rats and robots. The music is it's quite literally hopeless music. The pendant begins to glow. And then you get this music when you open one of the doors, which is then undercut by the power tab music, but because this music is intent, like, the way I read into it, and I may be wrong, maybe it's not, but this music feels like it's intended to be like, it's sad music because this is the remnants of the Zeal Kingdom. This is Zeal's door. Like, this is the door we opened in the palace. This is the remnant of one of the Zeal cities that crashed long ago, that got retrofitted with stuff. And so opening the door is, you're literally opening a door into the old Zeal past, like the dead kingdom of Zeal. And so the music is like a combination of the hopeless music from 2300 AD and Zeal's music mashed together. It's a hopeless Zeal. Which is why I love that fucking song plays when you open the door. Now we will seal this forever, so no one else ever goes in there. You don't actually have to do that. I just like to do that because I feel it's thematically appropriate. Because it's like, well, we don't want the kids playing in there. Let's shut it on the way out. Unfortunately, we do have to fight our way through this one. Well, not fight. I'm going to run for most of it. Unlike the other one where I could have just raced my way through. There's no option for that here. Exactly, Wise. There's so many just little things that... Oh no, his graphic broke. He's become a shadow mutant. But yeah, there's so many just little tiny details that really make Chrono Trigger that make it how good it is, how much attention to detail is paid to it. There's a reason this is like one of the greatest games of all time, despite coming out in '94. Like almost 30 years later, and this is still one of the greatest games of all time. Because there's just so much little things that really drive it home. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do the tonic trick again. Come here, stupid rat. Come on. Damn it. Actually, this will let me try to tonic trick my way through the other fight down there, so I'll try to do that. Hey, buddy. Ah! Nope, not enough time. Oh well. The reason I'm running away is because it takes longer to just power your way through the fight than it does to run away, so... I'm going to stop in Bangor real quick and get here. There's that music again. Some games now maybe a fraction of Chrono Trigger has spades now. Game gets drowned in praise for coming close to this. Yeah, that is on. It's a hard measurement stick to use because, quite literally, this game was made by a group called the Dream Team because it's a collection of designers and everything else that were literally the actual dream team of the game industry at the time. This is the masterpiece of a bunch of the best game designers ever. They have every right to be called the Dream Team. There's even an ending called the Dream Ending, which is called that because you get to meet the Dream Team in the ending. And it really shows. It shows in every little part of the game. Every detail, every little note of the song that fucking Uematsu did, everything is reflected in Chrono Trigger as like, yeah, this is a literal masterpiece. Yep. Chrono. Magic goes to her. Let's see, I want to go to 680 now. And this is where we really start kind of breaking the next few parts of the game, is when we start going into 600 AD and these areas to kind of fuck about and get items we're really not supposed to yet. Because what I'm doing right now with this is I'm getting elemental absorption armor. Effectively, I will be getting one piece of armor per element that completely absorbs that element. I forget which one I won't be getting, because there is one you can't get until you have the airship, but you can get 3 of them now. I believe it's lightning, fire, and water that you can get now, and shadow is later. But yeah, so, and in addition to that, another little just, God, this game is so good about little attentions to give me my shelter. Little attentions to detail is there are 6 of these boxes in the game, because we can open these now too, that they specifically programmed to reward you for not being greedy, is what I'll say. And you'll actually see it pretty soon, because it's how the elemental armor works. Is there's 6 boxes that when you inspect them, will give you a message about something inside is reacting to the pendant. Do you want to take out what's inside? No, I don't. So what happens here is what is in there is a vest, which is a piece of elemental armor. By interacting with it, effectively the Mammon power, the Lavos power on the pendant rubs off on the item, and then you leave it behind. If you then jump 400 years in the future to 1000 AD and pick it up then, instead of being a vest, it'll be a full suit of armor. The vests absorb 50% of its element, the armor absorbs all of the elemental attack. So it incentivizes you to go explore the boxes, but not take them, because you come back later and just get the fully... Oh wait, I need to talk to him. Get the fully powered version. Do you remember the Nagaet bromide we got in the second goddamn dungeon of the game? Actually, it's the first dungeon. This is what it's for.
Peace at last, thanks to the hero. Hooray for the hero! Hooray for Guardia!
It's locked.
Hey! Is that the Nagaet bromide you got there? I'll trade you something good for it. How about it?
I don't want that old geezer's loot. Let's trade.
Really? You mean it? Yahoo! Now hold your horses, and I'll be back in a jiffy. It's unlocked, so you're free to take it. And I'll be taking this.
Yeah, so for giving the old man the fucking Naga porn, he gives you a magic tab. Okay, it's lower down. Oh, yeah. Note the little forest that used to be around this house is now completely gone. So this belongs to Fiona. Fiona is trying to replant the forest in the desert. This will be important later.
Many trees were destroyed in the war with Magus's army. I tried to maintain the forest by replanting the trees, but they all died.
So yeah, the fight with Magus's army is what destroyed the remainder of the trees in the desert. Pour in? Nope. Has to be the inn down here then. I should have grabbed the jerky first. Oh well. Alright, so 2 more boxes, and we'll have the same thing. Would you like to take what's inside? Fuck no. Nope. And so, we now leave, and we're going to head to 1000 AD to pick those up, now that the Lavos magic has rubbed off on them. In a second, actually. There's one more box to get. Almost forgot about this one. Got a magic ring. Thank you. Not that I'm ever going to use that. That's probably going to get slapped on Marl until I have a magic seal, but... we have the annoying mandatory fight again coming back through here. Just wipe the floor with them real quick. Oh yeah, another thing I do want to point out is Chrono Trigger is actually really good with its timeline continuity. Which means, effectively, if you take something in 600 AD, it will not be there in 1000 AD. Because you took it in 600 AD, why would it be there? Which means, when we come back to here, and take those armor boxes that we powered up previously, they're still going to exist in 600 AD because we took them in the future, not the past. Which is why you can get the armor and then go back and get the vest version as well. Also, while we're here, I need to go get Luca's armor from her dad.
Oh, you're here just in time. It's my finest work. The ultimate in defense for my daughter.
I don't know why that comma's there.
Hey, Luca. I'd like to see more of her. Make an item she likes.
Wait, can I not get the Tabin suit yet?
Hey, Luca.
Oh, I guess the suit isn't available until after Zeal stuff. Magic defense plus 10. That's kind of important. But yeah, he'll eventually make the Tabin suit for Luca, which is incredibly good for her. It's pretty much the best armor she'll have until she gets a prism dress. Okay. Go out to the area over here. Oh, right. They blockaded it because I'm a criminal.
Oh, can I actually get this yet? I forgot.
Hold on. So you cannot enter the castle because you're still a criminal. I forget what happens if you enter with Marl, though.
Princess Nadia! I've been worried, Princess. I understand your pain, but the king really only cares about his realm.
Yes, even when your mother, Queen Aliza, passed away, he worked all day. No one could do that. It's inhuman.
Oh, child, it's ancient history now.
Tell me more.
This may be difficult. Well, Aliza's condition suddenly changed for the worst. She desperately wanted to see the king one last time, but he couldn't find the time to drop by. Said he had some work to do, but knowing nothing about death, you waited faithfully by your mother's side. Elisa passed away in sorrow. It's as if the king indirectly killed her. Such a shame.
What? Father killed my mother?
But what do I know? There are reasons for everything, right, dear? Now, glad to see you back again. Please do go and visit the king.
So that's why I put Marl in my group, because that dialogue does not occur if Marl's not here when you enter. Effectively, you find out that the timeline shifted slightly when you went to 600 AD, and now the queen died while Marl was with her, which is why Marl doesn't remember any of this, because he just kind of spouts off about it, about the king killing the queen and how Marl was with her, and Marl's like, wait, what? So it's a nice little lore thing that you only get for entering with Marl. This goes works, so past, yep. And so, since we weren't greedy and we only powered it up in the past, level up for the red vest. Got the red mail. Let's talk to the king.
Oh, Nadia. What do you want? I'm not giving in to your demands. It's your fault for leaving the castle and letting those hoodlums in here. You might well beg for bread on the street corner.
Stop it, they're my friends.
They're a disgrace to this family.
You care more about your country than me or Mother.
What?
You killed Mother.
Get out of here this instant! I never want to see your face again!
Good riddance!
Like a Chrono Lagrange is like, fuck, we should go.
We're no longer family. Do as you wish.
And it will gleam in the Chancellor's eye. So that is completely optional to have that conversation. Like, there's a reason for that later. Like, something that happens later, one of the side quests we're going to be doing, kind of plays into that scene, but that scene is completely missable if you don't bring Marl into the castle. So yeah, Marl's been disowned by the king. She's no longer princess. And he's quite upset with us. Alright, now let's go get our other powered up armors. Hey, little girl, you want to see a magic trick? So it's the blue vest I don't get yet. So yeah, I now have the capacity for one character to absorb all of fire, lightning, and shadow damage. Alright, I need to talk to this guy too.
I've got the best jerky in town, but I'm saving it. I might let some go for, say, 9,900 gold. How about it?
Sure.
You must be really hungry. Here you go.
So that 10,000 gold jerky is kind of important to another side quest we'll be doing much later in the game. Because if you remember from the very beginning of the game, the mayor down here is greedy as fuck. His kids hate him because he's so greedy. He's effectively corrupted by money. He will pay you 10 gold to act like a chicken because he thinks it's hilarious and he should be able to buy and sell people like that. But yeah, he's a greedy little penny pincher. So, what do we do about that? Why don't we go into the past and fix that shit? So I think... No, not that one, the other one. There we go. So that little barricaded area, the clearing right before Guardia Castle. You can actually take the gate to get back to where the clearing was because of the barricade, which lets you get the other box. The power ring. We're done here. That was the reason I went all the way back and opened up the Bangor Dome gate, was to make sure I could go back to there too. Alright, now back to 600 AD to go pick up all of our vests, which are still absorb half of an element, so that's still pretty good. And also fix that man's fucking disposition.
Oh, I'm gonna fix his little red wagon, all right.
Let's get through this as fast as possible. Also, why the hell is Marley on the team? You're not supposed to be here. Where's Best Girl? There she is. I'm done with you. I did the castle stuff. Give me my free shelter. Give that. Alright. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Good, good, see ya. Just gonna go rob the treasury real quick. Why, yes, I would like to take what's inside. And we got one more stop to make after this era's visit to grab the vests, to grab one more little side thing before we move forward, which will be a far better sword for Chrono. So, this is the house of the ancestors of the greedy old penny pinching man. Why, yes. So, if we wanted to change his disposition, we may as well change how his family sees the world. So, we talked to her with the jerky.
I see you have some jerky. Will you sell it for 10,000 G? So you technically could sell it for 1,000 G profit.
If you wanted to run back and forth between time, you could just keep buying the jerky and then selling it to her for 1,000 gold profit. Instead, we'll give it to her instead.
You're giving it away? I thought there were no kind people left in this world. You can bet my children are going to learn the value of sharing.
So by giving her the jerky, we've changed the man in the future to just be like the most magnanimous man ever. His kids love him because he constantly spends time with them and gives them allowances and stuff like that. We've effectively fixed his timeline of his family, which will be important for a much later storyline or side story. If he just becomes communist and meat obsessed, then we have failed. Oh God, we've made the world worse. What have we done? Your jerky, our jerky. I wish I had some jerky right now I could eat. I ate it all already. I need to order more. Alright, one last side stop and then we continue the game. I don't actually remember if we talked to Milkwire right now, if there's special dialogue, because Shala told us to go save Milkwire. It's like, huh. Did you know you had an ancient descendant we have to go save? So this is another use for the pendant.
It shine like star.
And I will point out why the pendant works on this the next time we go through Zeal. Again, the forgotten Zeal music.
The seal has been broken. I will give you the treasure of the Guru of Reason. To the right is a weapon which increases strength. To the left is protective gear that will guard your life. Choose whichever you feel you need and take it with you. 13,000 years was a long time, Balthazar. I shall see you shortly.
So in this case, the first time you do this, you generally want to take this, which is the Swallow, which is a really, really good sword for Chrono to have at this point in the game. We go from 98 to 140 with a speed plus 3. It is 7 grades higher than the currently available sword, because you're not supposed to get this until you have the airship. Because the game doesn't assume you're going to take the pendant and just go back and do all the pendant things. It assumes you're just going to continue the game and get the airship. Let's say.
This weapon represents considerable power.
Nope, he's still talking about the Masamune.
Would you like to buy something?
The nest robes. We don't need these. Don't sell that. Don't sell that. Don't sell those. And bike can be sold. Alright. More importantly, those armors I mentioned. Let's see. Poor Luca with her 95 defense. What about 120 defense instead and absorb all fire damage? Actually, I'm going to have her absorb Shadow. Have Isla absorb Fire. And Chrono absorb Lightning. Yeah, so those are a bit of a jump in defense as well. Because, again, we're not supposed to have those yet. Now we're ready to continue the game. Yeah, effectively the sword and the armor I just got and put on are supposed to be 3 dungeons later. Alright. I think I want to go back to the Truce or Protodome because the fastest way to get to where I need to go is to just do the race. And win. Fastest way is to do the race and win. The reason I walk here is because if you run, it triggers their motion sensors and starts the fight. But if you walk, because they're so busted up because of the years that have passed, they can't sense you. It's a nice little, another one of those nice little touches is their sensors are so broken from being eroded, they can only sense you if you run. Hell yeah! 2D F-Zero. Look at that Mode 7 Raceway. Actually, if I could, there's 0 reason for me to be ahead right now. I only need to pass him at the end. Oh god, I wish. Give me Big Blue or Mute City. I should pass him probably now. There we go. I win! What a surprise!
You beat me? I don't get it. You can challenge me anytime. We'll ride the wind, baby.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to cheese that race, is just stay behind him the whole time, and then just boost past him at the end. Since we did this earlier, normally when I play the game, I'll just put this off until this point, and then just destroy my way through this, because you're so overleveled. But since we did it earlier, it's already done. This is Death Peak. We're not going to Death Peak. There's nothing for us on Death Peak. You can't even enter Death Peak because the game won't let you yet. The professor's programming was, in a sense, his own eulogy. Soon I too will be able to sleep forever. But first, there's one thing I must do. Program error. The memory banks have failed. Dependent shimmers. Huh?
To those who open the door, I am Balthazar, Guru of Reason. I once lived in the kingdom of Zeal. A great disaster in Zeal somehow threw me into this era. To my surprise, Lavos exists here, and I suspect in other periods as well. Aeons ago, Lavos descended from the heavens. Going deep into the world's core, he began to consume our planet's energy and grow stronger. So this is where you learn Lavos is just Genova. Lavos disappeared briefly when he was summoned by a mighty wizard who lived in Guardian, year 600. In 1999, Lavos claimed this area and reigns from high atop Death Peak. Lavos continues to replicate. Like a giant parasite, he is consuming our world. Forced to live here, I continue to conduct research on Lavos, but I am growing old. It is impossible to keep sane in such trying times, so before I lose it completely, I shall safeguard my data and my ultimate creation. How I long to return home, but I have grown frail. So you who have opened the door, I leave things in your hands. Only by mastering time itself do you stand a chance against Lavos. Oh yeah, no, FF7 came years after this, and it's made by the same company, but Genova is no... I think 7 didn't start until a good 4 or 5 years after this, but Genova and Lavos are literally the same story. They're a space parasite who fell from the sky into the planet, burrowed underground, and started siphoning off the planet's energy to grow and reproduce. The odds will be against you, but you are the true heroes. The world is in your hands. Open now the last door and take what you find there, my last invention. My Wings of Time. Also note, Chrono and Cloud pretty much have the same haircut, too. Except one is redhead and one is blonde. And they're also both swordsmen, but that's pretty common in Final Fantasy. Like, Final Fantasy is not beat for beat Chrono Trigger, but it shares a lot of similar story beats to it. There it is, the Wings of Time. Now we walk back here and trigger cutscene. This must be an invention Balthazar spoke of. Exclamation point! What this thing? And then we try to leave. Scared you, didn't I? It's me, Balthazar. I copied my memory to this thing. What do you think? Anyway, there's something I need to explain. Namely, how to transcend time. Press the Y button for time gauge, and use the L and R buttons to select an era. Oh yeah, before you go, why don't you... Name my time machine. I christen the Dactyl. I too christen the Dactyl. Give time, Dactyl! Hop aboard! Take off, get off. So now we can jump to any era with our new time machine. Well, we know where we're going. Shala and the Prophet can't seal a time machine. Oh god, everything's on fire! Tactile alive? Traveling at warp speed.
Dactyl capable of this. Oh man, naming it Dactyl makes this so much better. Cat Dactyl capable of this? Oh, that plays out so perfectly. Okay. So we're back where we started. The cave over here is the cave with the sealed gate. I wonder if it's actually still sealed. I don't think it's unsealed yet. No, it's not. Okay. It gets unsealed after the next dungeon. Dactyl capable of this? Yes, Isla. Dactyl very fast. Mechadactyl. So had we have come here before, this ladder would not be here. The ladder is like down halfway but broken and you can't actually ascend here. Gonna die in 7. So now we can go to the village of the Earthbound Ones, which is a really depressing location.
This is Algety, the village of the Earthbound Ones. We Earthbound Ones lack magical powers. That's why we were banished from Zeal.
So yeah, this is the dark side of Zeal, effectively. This is where you learn that anyone who doesn't have magical aptitude just gets thrown out of Zeal into the fucking... to live below. Honestly, I don't really need much because I went out of my way to get the good shit. That works. That works. And that's about it. It's gonna be a while before we upgrade anything else. Mesomail, Human Robes, Dream Gun, Ceratopper. I'm gonna die, the flower girl.
The Guru of Life said that Sir Janus has stronger powers than even Miss Shola. Janus must be using her and the Queen to get to Lavos.
Spend the night? Sure, it's free. I do like the little detail that Luca wears the, like, scouter helmet, but when she's asleep, you can actually see, like, all of her purple hair. That's one thing Square's always done really well, is, like, the little sleep areas, like in Trials of Mana, I guess not Second to 3 anymore. Trials of Mana, Chrono Trigger, etc. There's custom sprites just for when they're sleeping. And it has, like, nice little details, like their hair color or whatever. Also, fun fact that I discovered as a kid, when you're playing on an emulator, most most Super Nintendo games have 5 layers of sprites. Effectively, it's like background, foreground, character, layer 1 and layer 2 for like overlaps and stuff like that. In Trials of Mana, the original SNES game, when characters are asleep, the blankets that are over them are on layer 5, and which is above the character layer, but below the other layers. Or no, it's above the character layer, and the character sprite is below that. So if you were to turn off layer 5, you could see the full sprite of the character sleeping under the blanket, which is never used anywhere except for when they're asleep. Something I learned by doing this is if you turn off the blanket, what's her name? Angela. Angela sleeps naked. Because you're never intended to see her with the blanket off. Whoever designed the sprite for Angela sleeping designed it to actually be naked. Every other character, like, Durin sleeps in his boxers. Kevin sleeps in, like, a shirt. Angela's the only character that just sleeps buck-ass naked. And that's something you would literally never see unless you turned off the sprite layer. This fight kinda sucks. Unless I get lucky.
You can't pass through here!
So similar to other combo fights like this, these little bastards will counterattack if you attack them and do an X strike. I'm going to see if I can put them to sleep. They are hard to sleep, but it can work. Oh, fucking perfect. And then you just want to concentrate on one of them while the other is asleep. Because they can't counterattack if one of them's asleep. You just have to hope that little goblin bitch doesn't wake him up. Oh, and his sleep attack has a very high success rate, unfortunately. Which is kind of annoying. Can't Mega Bomb. Oh, I totally can Mega Bomb him. Yeah, look at that damage. That is the single target counter. Up, woke him up. Hypno Wave again. Please put red to sleep. Only blue went to sleep. God damn it. Kiss, kiss. Come on. I wish Luca wasn't so goddamn slow. Alright, put him to sleep again. God damn it, fine. Whatever. I'll just do it to red then. Yeah, I think the sleep rate on this thing is like 40%. Yeah, oh yeah, the goblin cannot be hurt until both of these creatures are dead. Well, it can be, it just has the same insane defense most don't kill them yet enemies do. And any like actual real damage to you do to him will just heal out of, unfortunately. Actually, since Luca can't do anything to this guy, I'll just have Luca heal. You son of a bitch! I was using that to heal. Yeah, this fight isn't hard so much as it's annoying. Because unlike some of the other boss or mini bosses, he doesn't have like a grand hit everything for a bunch of damage attack. Can you die already? There we go. Now we can finish this up.
Goodbye, Jojo.
So now that those guys are gone, there it is. There's this little shitty heal. We can start taking out this guy. Though, there's no guarantee you're going to kill him. Once the two other things are dead, he'll start healing every turn and try to run. So you have to actually do like a lot of damage to kill him. I do like his shock expression when Isla picks him up and throws him.
Yeet!
And he's dead. He's honestly not even worth that much XP or tech points. It's just satisfying to kill him instead of letting him run away.
Alright, one time for my second least favorite dungeon in the game. I kind of hate this place. These, however, are super important. These are rubble. They lock you out of being able to use any items or magic in the fight. You were stuck just doing basic attacks. And they have the highest evasion in the game. So they're very hard to hit. You need to land, I think, 5 normal attacks on them or 3 crits in order to kill them. And you get about 3 rounds of turns until they run away. Ha, nice. And why? 1,000 XP, 100 tech points for killing them. That's why. They are literally just bonus pinatas. They are the most valuable XP and tech enemy in the game. Yeah, exactly. They're absolutely worth trying to kill if you can get them. Ha! You're stupid. Ow. Bitch. See how your stupid eagle's dead. Yeah, I think there's 5 rebels in this dungeon total that you can fight. There's a similar enemy called the turret, which will be in the... not the next dungeon, but the dungeon after that. And then one of the optional dungeons near the final stretch of the game has more rebels in them specifically. Alright, I'm literally just going to start running from these. One of the reasons I hate this dungeon is because there's so many just you can't avoid fights. Or can't avoid fight triggers. And by this point, I'm usually strong enough that fighting these things has no real reason. Like, there's no reason to fight them. They're not worth fighting. These guys are. It is important to note with these guys, if you have max speed, if your speed is absolutely maxed out, you can get through your menu and cast a tech spell before he locks you out. The thing is, he has priority as well. So even with max speed being able to cast that tech, he takes priority and locks you out of it anyway. Yeah, get fucked. Give me my fucking tech points. Actually, that should be decent. You're still wearing a rock helm, so you need the defense boost. Actually, no, I'd say this is my 3rd least favorite. Like, the mandatory fights are annoying, but the next dungeon, in fact, the next 2 dungeons are my least favorite. Just because one of them is really annoying because we won't have any equipment for it, and one of them is just a super long slog. I will say, let's see it. Well, I need to go through the game in my head mentally real quick to figure out which dungeon is next. Okay, so the next dungeon is my least favorite, but it has some really, really good music at the very least. Oh, hey, I got confused. Hell yeah. Like, the music in the next dungeon is unique to the dungeon and is actually really good. The dungeon itself is not. Oh, I have tabs to use. I have tabs to use and forgot to use the shelter I went in there for initially.
Actually, at the rate I'm currently going, I will probably reach what I consider the worst dungeon right at the end of the stream, which is perfect. Because that is a long fucking dungeon. Counterattack. Counterattack kill. So there's like 3 triggered fights in this open plain area just to get to that box. There's one of them. Oh, that's bad. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Stupid high-speed imps. Like, I could just, like, lit 2 and fire 2 these guys away, but it's not worth fighting them, and it's faster to run. There it is. Always worth fighting. Well, always worth fighting if you can kill him. Okay, I'll take a one shot, sure. Totally worth going to get that sword for Chrono. So many mandatory fights. Well, I guess not mandatory because I can run, but so many unavoidable fights. There's another one. I believe this is, it's either this one or the next one is the last one. Okay, these are effectively the metal slimes of the game. Oh no, he's gonna get run! Get him! Get him! Yeah, that was it. Wait, shit! Okay, there we go, that was it. So I thought Chrono did no damage. Thank you, Isla. Hell yeah, look at those level ups. I deserve those. I earned them. Okay. Is there one down there? In fact, I need to go down there anyway, because I'm pretty sure the Vigilance hat's down there. Okay, so that was the last one. Base. Oh, I missed the Vigil hat. Oh well. Here's the last unavoidable fight in the area. Oh no, I was wrong. There is one more area. Aha, there you are. Now the boss. Oh look, it's Ozzy. We finally found him. Gotta push him off this cliff before he can ever come to 600 AD. This big cage? It's disappearing. So, this boss, Giga Gaia, is intended to be a wall. He is a very strong, very hard to beat boss. Usually. We, however, absorb 2 of the elements he uses against us. More importantly, we have Falcon Hit. And Mega Bomb. Falcon Hit will 2-shot his hands and remove them from the battle for about half of the time it's going to take us to kill him. Making him kind of a joke. Luca, however, just starts throwing Mega Bombs for massive damage. And since I have Confuse, this battle's going to go even faster. Because now Isla goes to... I should charm him first. See if I can get to his item. Confuse. Speed tab, always important. So the way Confuse works is it lets Chrono do a basic attack 4 times in a row. And unfortunately, Giga Guy here has no attacks if he has no hands. Making him just kind of a joke if you can eliminate them quickly with Falcon Hit. Cat attack, Confuse, Mega Bomb. This is it. This is pretty much the fight. With no hands, he's got no chance. I mean, at this point, even if he resurrects his hands, it'd probably be better just to keep concentrating on his face anyway, because he's getting so close to death. Up, he's starting to restore them. Will he get them back in time? He will not. And that's Giga Gaia. This is it, boys. Ozzy's back. We can push him off the cliff now. Wait a minute. You look familiar. Melchior. Wait, why are you reacting, Isla? You're like the one person here who hasn't met him.
Indeed, I am Melchior. Have we met before?
Like, Luca's the one who helped restore the sword. She should be the one reacting.
More importantly, can you tell me about anything about the Ocean Palace? I see. The Queen has degenerated to that degree. The more energy the Mammon machine absorbs, the further the Queen degenerates. Her spirit has been stolen by the infamous immortal Lavos. We must flee. The seal has been broken. The mountain will collapse. Elder, the mountain of woe is about to crumble.
Mommy, the mountain's gonna fall.
And then everyone died the end.
Lovers sleep deep underground while consuming the energy of this planet. If the man machine is brought closer to him, he may awaken.
Game over, yeah!
We must hurry before it's too late. Elder, Shala is here. What? Shala's here?
Best song again.
Miss Shala, why have you come to such a miserable place?
Stop degrading yourselves. We enlightened ones were once the same as you. The only difference is that we are under Lavos' control. What a filthy hovel.
Well, shit.
Milkwire, after the Mountain of Woe fell, I thought I would find you here.
Is it safe for you to leave the palace?
It no longer matters. The Ocean Palace is now operable.
Then all is lost.
But without me, the memo machine will not work. I have turned my back on that evil device.
Fun fact, the pose she struck there with her eyes closed and her arms up is Terra's magic casting pose from Final Fantasy VI.
I've kept the skyway open. Hurry, you must stop my mother.
Why don't we keep it right there? Oh, it's Dalton.
Dalton.
My dear, your presence is required elsewhere. Don't leave her alone. Ha! The geezer speaks. Silence, old man. Ah! You'll come with the Ocean Palace with me. Do anything funny in Shala's dust, got it?
Shala!
The Queen's children all seem to have a problem with authority, don't they? Stay back. The life of this woman means nothing to me. Shall we get going, Shala, dear? Your mother awaits.
Like I said, Dalton's a bit of a fuck nugget. He slaps an old man across the room, slaps a kid, and then beats Shala, the nicest person in the game, over the head.
Milkwire. Or Melchior, whatever your name is.
I'm all right. We must save Shala or else. Impossible, even though it's coming from you, Melkwire. If the Queen is allowed to fulfill her scheme, all life as we know it is doomed.
And he smells, exactly. Hero music.
You're willing to challenge the Queen? You've done so much for us. I don't even know your names.
Gramps used Redstone, help Chrono. Now Isla help you. Isla, you weren't even there for that.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Chrono.
Wait, take this with you. It's made from the same red stone as the Mammon machine. With it, you can destroy the machine.
It is. The theme of heroes is pretty good. Got a ruby knife. And it has an amazing moment that we won't get to see until the next stream. Like, I've been talking about like the little tiny details here and there about Chrono Trigger that make it so good. There is a detail we will see in one of the next streams that just absolutely seals those just perfect little touches and stuff involving the hero music and that fuckwit Dalton. There we go. We have all the gates open now.
Hey.
And like, how the fuck do you know all of this?
Oh, interesting. So he actually finished the Wings of Time. In fact, he gave his life for it. Why not put that device to good use? Take it to the ancient land of magic. Come see me anytime. Take it to the ancient land.
We did that already, old man. So the way that guy works is if you ever get lost on what to do, he'll give you a hint onto what the next thing you need to do is. Usually when he does that hey thing, though, means he has something actually important to tell you. So what happened there was the flag was never set that I didn't that I went back here. So he was going, hey, you should head back. You should go do that thing you already did. What I am going to do, however, is take these to the end of time and park it here now that I have the portal open. Yes. It's satisfying to see all those portals sitting there. Technically, following the absolute course of the game, you'd be missing 2 portals because you're never required to go back to Protodome and get those 2 between Protodome and Guardia Forest. But I always like having all 9 there just for funsies. Yeah, the theme. And now theme over. Alright, so there's one more little thing I want to do real quick in here, which is if you go talk to this new after powering up the pendant.
Is that Shala's pendant?
No. He knows it's not Shala's pendant. So if you say yes, you actually lock yourself out of some gear because he knows you're lying to him. No.
Welcome.
If you say no, you can, however, buy some new gear. Including the load vest, which is actually stronger than the elemental mail, but does not absorb elements. But more importantly, the load helm is what I'm looking for here. Yeah, I've still got plenty of those. Get plenty of these. Yeah, fuck it. Spend all my money on this, not even worry about mid-tonics. Good. So yeah, if you tell him yes, it's Shala's pendant, you don't get all the equipment. He's just like, don't lie to me, and just locks out the shop. Yeah, you're good to have that. Load helm. And I'm going to need you at some point, so... Actually, I should... Welcome. Oop, I spent too much. Whoopsie doodle. Rock helm, claw helm, rock helm. Oh well. Frog won't get his shit until later. Actually, I don't need to get Frog anything because the next dungeon has a sword form. Alright. Evil music again.
This is the Queen's Palace, the center of Zil Kingdom, which makes this the center of the universe.
We'll self-absorbed, aren't we? So we know the Mammon Machine's no longer there. It's been moved to the Ocean Palace. I forgot if there's anything in Shala's room or not. I don't think so. Yeah, you can't read Shala's diary or anything. Oop, wrong way. Oh, there's a save point here now. How curious. And new guards. Because there's Dalton.
Phooey! Why is the prophet allowed inside while I'm stuck on guard duty? Ha, there you are. I let the prophet go knowing he'd mess up sooner or later, but I have no use for you anymore. Your history!
Dalton is an annoying fight. And yeah, Dalton's a basic bitch. He ain't allowed in. Got a power meal. He responds to physical attacks with Iron Orb. And he responds to magical attacks with... I forget what he attacks magic against. But the problem is he also has the Golem's ability of using the physical little fiery orbs that the Golem does. That does a shit ton of damage. So despite the fact he's going to Iron Orb us a bunch of times, it's worth it to just try to burn him down as fast as possible. Because he can still one-shot most of us. Oh, that's his counterattack stance. Okay. Confuse. Can't hit him with Tailspin, damn it. Rock Throw, Mega Bomb. He doesn't have a lot of HP. That's the core to this thing. The main problem is the reason why he responds to the Iron Orb every time is because when he dies, he does his burp, which will do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, get fucked, Dalton. Get yeeted. There it is. Down 2 people go. I kind of figured that was going to happen, but as long as someone survived, I didn't care.
No! I'm going to be immortal! I can't be beaten now!
Well, that was fun. Time to go. Yeah, so that's the whole reason you just want to kind of burn him down, is because he'll just keep cutting your HP in half anyway to try to kill you with the burp attack at the end. Lavos beckons. Down into the Ocean Palace. This has some of the best dungeon music in the game. The Ocean Palace music is really good. And it has, honestly, one of the best dungeon designs in the game. Like, I love this, like, fusion of metal and magic that they come up with. Alright. I'm going to call it there. The Ocean Palace is a long-ass dungeon, so I don't want to start it right now, since I'm just about at 4 hours. Thank you, everybody, for coming. As always, I appreciate it. I will be back, as always, next Wednesday at 8. Gibdactyl. With more Gibdactyl stream. The fact naming the Wings of Time Dactyl and having Isla being the one that was responding to everything was perfect. I did not expect that. Yeah, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week at the same time. What do you think? I might be able to finish this next stream. Depending. Yeah, maybe. Like, maybe I'll do a long stream next week, because there feels like there's about 5 or 6 hours left, because I know the game. I know where to go. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll be back. See you guys later. Have a good night, morning, evening, and see you next week.
Although there are innumerable ways for one to die, our danger-seeking prince has come to know a sizable variety.
Oh no!